Sleeper, we're doing this a little bit earlier than usual. You know, I usually stream like closer to the end of the day. Figured we'd hop in a little early. I didn't get to play yesterday, so I planned to, but unfortunately, Dawn to Dawn came out with a new episode, and we had to catch up. So yeah, we got caught up on that, and we're back in the game. There's not much really more to do. I'm gonna check out. Let's check out the mushrooms here. Uh, I'll give it a. Let me see, about a 3. Negative. I just get a griot cap. That's okay. There you go. 2 random mushrooms. Hey, there we go. Let's do another one. Okay. Hey, that didn't hurt too bad per se. Now I did notice because I forgot that I did finish the scrap components on this, and now we have to seal the unit, so we have to a little bit more of that there, but it's almost done. It's almost complete. I feel like at some point they are going to tell me I cannot stay here anymore, and I will be out on the streets. Nope. I'm looking for food. Looking for food. Oh, I love that I can't eat here anymore. Just work. Just have a job. Memphis, feed me, baby girl. I have 1 Matsutake cap. I have 1. All right, let's do this. Fuck. I think I just, Oh, wait, do I still have enough? Oh, I still have enough Yaganetta. Oh, get me out of here. Homeboy. I need some of that shiz. Thank you, sir. I'm about to lose another one, so I think I am going to batten down the hatches here, you know what I'm saying? Let's see here. We're gonna inject some stabilizer. That's some cheap stuff, to be real. Considering the whole Yadigan agent situation. Alright, let's get out there and make this bread. I don't like my set at all. Hold on, wait. Let's use this here. Come on, give me a double, baby. Fuck! Alright, that'll work. I don't know who else. There's really not much else to do besides wait and collect more. Okay. Oh, yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So trying to think, because do I want to use it here? Yeah, it's probably best. I need to get growing on this stuff here. 2 random mushrooms. Come on, 2 random mushrooms. Yes. What are those? Club head caps. Okay. Can I give you the griot caps, ma'am? Alright, so we gotta wait to, do I have to wait to till this again? I don't think I should have to. Give me some spores. What? Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one. Okay. Everybody just chill out here. Memphis, you won't believe what I have for you. And then watch him need some of these club head caps after the fact. Ruin my whole experience. Was mentioned his own recipe from Matsuzuki broth. All he needed 2 handcuffs. Oh fuck. Memphis inhales the deep autumnal aroma of the Matsutake caps and nods. He seems impressed. Alright, let's see. Memphis, my boy. Oh, okay, he's got to cook it. 3 cycles? I can do that. Well, now I feel like I don't have anything else to do. Okay, I could use it on the house. I could use it on the house. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. I feel like I really could get me some of these. Let me see if we can nurture this flower bed. Come on, Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Son of a bitch, dude. Are you for real right now? Oh. Oh, you bastards. You know what? No, fuck this. I'm getting the good shit. Taking the elevator. Jesus Christ. Who would have thought? That shit's crazy, dude. Twice. Twice, man. It's fucking wild. Twice. Alright, fuck it. Let's do it. Son of a bitch. Okay, fine. Whatever. Whatever. Okay, I guess the best option is just to go to bed at this point. I don't want to do anything for Arabia. I know that that's going to give me stuff, but I'm no enforcer type. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that kind of guy. I'm sure that she can probably set me up with the good life. You know what I'm saying? But is it really worth it? That's the question. All right, I'm gonna throw a 4 at this. Check me out. 4. Come on, that's what I'm talking about. That's how winning is done. Oh, I got put 3 in. The moist corners of the aviary make the perfect beds for the spores. Once they are filled, they can be left to grow. Awesome. Leave that there. I don't think I really have anything to give her at this moment. I can't even do this portion at all because she won't talk to me. Hive a commune? Okay, some basic work assignments. I am going to go get some food from the top again. Then we're going to go probably do a little work. Oh, wait, you know what? The overlook? No, still got a little time on that. Fuck it, man. Let's just do a little work over here real quick. You know what I'm saying? Son of a bitch, no! I'm not happy with my situation. All right. Got a little bit of buku bucks. Let's I'm gonna have to get some food or some stabilizer, just for the just in case, you know. Please tell me I can get food. Nope, he's cooking for 3 days. Can't eat there. Think she'll feed me. Yeah, she'll feed me for a good job. Son of a bitch! Didn't even make any money doing it. Oh, yay, monies. Fucks with it. Okay, well, I guess I better go get some of that good food then. Shit. Awesome. You know, that's what we pay the buku bucks for. All right. I just don't know what else to do besides I guess I can just focus on building the home. Fuck it. Give it a shot. Hey, there we go. That's how Daddy likes to get things done. We are not taking that stabilizer till tomorrow. Oh, fuck. Moritz. Sleeper. Moritz is waiting for you on the way out. How have you been? I'm surviving. I'm also very busy. Trying to find things to keep me busy. I see, he nods. Well, I'll get right to it then. Bliss sent me down and we scored another contract. She needs your help. That's the message. He pauses. Look, I know last time the payment didn't come through, but you did good work. Bliss knows that. That's on her, dude. I don't blame you. You seem like you haven't gotten paid either. I feel like he's waiting on the big payout too. Maurice flinches. She's doing her best, all right? Uh, let's see. He doesn't respond. See you up there. Reese turns and strides off. Oh, come on now. Leaving you in a corridor. Time to help Bliss, and maybe this time you think to yourself it'll work out. What in the world? Here. Oh, well, we got a couple other things to go and check out then. Nice. It's time for the grill. I think we're brewing our own. No, we're distilling our own grill slop. I don't even know what they call it. Grill drink? Tala comes to you on shift when the bar is empty. Knock it off. Can't be a dick. Tapping you on the shoulder as you clean the bar. It's ready. She's grinning from ear to ear. The girl? Obviously. She grabs you by the arm before you can ask anything else and drags you into the back room. The smell hits you immediately when you enter, a cocktail of rich fermentation and chemical sharpness. The room is warm and bright now, the newly installed lights making the place look clean, whether it is or not. Tyler's already pulled up a couple of stools around a metal crate where 2 glasses with a few fingers of pale Girol inside sit waiting. She smiles. I haven't even tried it yet. You can see she's nervous. You both sit at the makeshift table, the slight strangeness of the situation making you both jumpy. Tyler hands you a glass. Cheers, she says solemnly, and knocks the glass back. You do the same. The first sensation is burning, a sharp, nose-clearing blast of alcohol that has your frame querying whether you would like to activate safe mode. You gulp the drink back, and it is only then, behind the burn, that you take the earthy tones of the mushrooms, the wood, and the soil, left behind like sediment, barely there. Not bad, actually. Tyler raises an eyebrow. Sure? Honestly, I'm not going to say it's bad, but it has promise, because that sounds like it'd be pretty nice. My cat is entranced by a wooden stick. I'm sorry. I have to see why she's so enticed by it. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Shit. There we go. You think? She swirls the glass and puts it down. Wait. I have an idea. Tal grabs a metal bottle from the newly installed work surface and adds a few drops of water into the Girol. Try again? This time the burn is a warming glow, harsh but fading off, and the woodiness less heavy. You taste something floral in among the marshy decay, something fresh and bright that you never expected to find. Both you and Tala meet eyes. It's really good, right? I'll go with it is. That sounds nice. Tala grins with her whole face, and that makes you smile too. Tala pours out some Girol and adds some more water, the action already taking on the quality of a ritual. You both drink. Tala tucks her feet up beneath her on the stool, folding her legs. She looks down into her glass and swirls the liquid thoughtfully. What's on your mind? Tala looks up at nothing in particular. My father opened this place, you know? She says out of nowhere, a thought suddenly becoming words. It was his attempt at making a life for us, for my family, when we got to the Eye. Oh, so you're a refugee. You're a refugee. Nice. From Sinza, yeah. It's one of Ember's lesser moons. She takes a drink. I don't remember much. I was only tiny when we came. I was just thinking about something my father told me. When he first set this place up, he wanted to call it the Bantayan, but he was afraid it'd scare off the customers, so he kind of translated it. Hence, the Overlook. And these past few cycles, when I've been here, I've been thinking that I should rename the place. She looks at you. The Bantayan. What do you think? I know she said he kind of translated it. I'm gonna ask, what does it mean? Dad said he translated it to Overlook, so something like that. Watchtower, maybe? Lookout? Kyle picks up her glass. That settles it then. To the Bantayan. You both clink your glasses and drink up. Tala hisses her through her teeth. Still harsh. She laughs, then suddenly grabs your shoulder. Oh, sleeper. I totally forgot. She stumbles to her feet. She lurches over to a corner of the room, covered with a plastic sheet, and whips it off like a magician performing a trick. Beneath it's a neat little kitchen, a sink, a work surface, and a compact oven with a hob. Your kitchen! She doesn't give you time to respond. You can come make stuff here anytime, as long as you promise not to raid the mushroom farm. I need those for the Giro. I was thinking, too, that if things pick up, we can start serving proper food at the the Bantayan. She laughs. Do you like it? It's perfect. Tala gives you a hug, then quickly stands back. I'm sorry, I'm so glad you're here. She grins. Me too. Tala tidies away the glasses. You inspect the kitchen, checking that it all works. It's small and salvaged, but after what you've had to put up with, it feels like a dream come true. Later, when she's done for the day, Tala comes back to the bar, and you share a glass of the good Girol, the one she didn't distill. At this time, you talk about nothing in particular, sharing stories about regulars, or discussing the best place to eat on the Eye, which after everything that has happened, feels like a nice change of pace. When it comes time to leave, you promise to cook for Tala, and agree to let her know which shift she'll be working in the coming cycles, and then slip out into the cool of the rotunda. And in this moment, you feel for once at home. Wow, I'm free, I'm home, free spirit, help a friend distill their future. That's kind of hard. Components to compare air condition at home. I'm just looking at this character model. That character model is crazy. I'm half tempted to just leave it because I almost want to get a +3 on or a +2 on some shit. All right, yeah. Just do that there. Might as well. All right, now I think it's probably best if we start looking for a new place to stay as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying? 2, 4. Let me see if I can. I almost don't want to put him there. Let me go check on her. Let's see what she's got going on here. Oh, there it is. Oh, come on. Sycamore seed. Oh, damn. No explanation or anything. So at least I don't have to buy into it again. That's good. Or maybe I did before and just didn't think about it. All right, sacrifice section, reinforced bulks, saving the crop. Dude, Venice section, and you have a better chance of saving the remaining crops, but you will lose something in the process. The question is, how many? Oh, jeez. It looks like it's an immediate. See if it'll let me do it twice. If I can do it twice, I think we're dead. What? How is that the positive outcome? I mean, it definitely did wonders. Let's do another one. You vent the section in a progressive sequence, allowing Bliss to rapidly rescue crops while you work. You gain more than you lose. Oh, okay, I can't do it again. Gotcha. I almost don't want to use another 6 here. Okay, let me do this. Let me do this, right? But I doubt it's going to be like a time thing. I think we can kind of take our time with that thing. We're waiting on the... We're waiting on these to finish so we can give her those. I have a stabilizer for when I hit my... Or I hit only 3. Nope. Let's do this then. Yeah. Nice. I almost... Tell you what, let's go check and see if we can find some, like, some data or something we can sell. There we go. Oh, right, because I can sell that. I have 2 different spots I can sell these at. Okay, I forgot. So we'll go over here. Or they'll take the Havenage data. You can take those. I might even get lucky enough to get back, get enough for another stabilizer, to be real. Nice, nice. All right, not much more to do there. What's going on at the Bantayan? Ooh, interesting. I can cook different stuff now. I guess I can make my own food. I guess is what she's saying. Is like, hey, you can cook what you want. Let's see if it'll let me. Oh, okay, I want to see if it would. Hey, got music back. I have no scrap proponents. I should be okay though. Oh, scrap components for my condition. That makes sense. I can do that. All right, hold on. Emphas, I'll get back to you in a second, buddy. That's probably like the last thing I do today. After I lose all my energy trying to fix this shit. Sycamore seed. Okay, won't let me do that again at all. Gotcha. Let's hit one of these real quick here. Bam. I'll do one more. Yeah, fuck it. Hell yeah. Oh, I wish I could do one more of those. That'd be great. Let's head back down since, help! There we go. Let me check on those grill caps. Or the crops there. The fungi. 2 more cycles on that there. Okay. What about clean up at the house, you know what I'm saying? Oh! Alright, well, let me use that on sort of Yadigan protocol there. Let me find something to throw that thing in there right there. Oh. Damn, I forgot to go looking for scraps. Oh well. It'll be okay. Emphas! Emphas is repairing the Matsutake caps. He cleans them carefully with a damp cloth before shaving the stalks as if he was sharpening a pencil. His knife slides through them, revealing the bright white of the flesh within. These are good, Sleeper. Very good, he says without looking up. I bartered with Minji for some kelp, too. We can brew the dashi. You know Minji? Dashi? A soup base. Very good. Emphas slides the sliced Matsutake mushrooms to one side and takes out a closed pan. He opens the lid and you see the green wafer of kelp sitting in a bath of water. Oops. Been soaking it since last cycle, Emphas explains. Should be good to warm now. He places the pan over the burner and turns it on low. We have some time now. He wipes his hands clean and throws the cloth over his shoulder. However, there is one difference this cycle. He smiles. You have been the one providing the ingredients, so it is my turn to provide a story. Okay. Good. The story is important to me. He gestures for you to both sit on the folding stools behind the stall. You see these? Emphas runs a hand over his forearm, tracing the circular scars that marked them like perfect bite marks. Conway called it an anchored interface rig, a mechanical control device for piloting a heavy-duty extraction suit in low-G industrial operations. We called it a bone suit. He pointed to a pattern of large circles on his shoulder. I think I see those over there. Oh, I tried to zoom. My bad. They drill in and anchor it here, then all the way down the arm. He taps each scar on the way. It maps the mechanical movements to the suit exactly. A one-to-one mechanical replication. You swing your arm, a 2-ton arm swings too. You should have seen the recruitment vids. Strong people in even stronger suits, tearing through stone and scrap. Superheroes. Half my graduating year signed up. From company school to company shuttle. Conway from birth to death. He stares off into the distance for a moment, fighting with the memories. But the bone suits weren't good. The rate of failures was high, and failures meant arms torn off, anchors torn out, broken bones. Bad stuff. So after a while, Conway discontinued them. No longer competitive, they said. He checks the broth, turning down the heat and adding the mushrooms. So there we are. Hundreds of us with surgical alterations for suits that didn't work. They sent us home, back to that company colony that spat us out to be cleaners, drivers, cooks. They gave us drugs for the pain and told us to make something of ourselves. When I deserted, bribing some passing spacers to take me into orbit, there were only me and a couple others left. The rest just faded away. Arthritis, osteoporosis. They folded in on themselves like paper lanterns. That was my generation. The anchor points still ache, still burn. He touches the scars. But what burns worse is the betrayal. I've been on the eye a long time now, but that will never fade. Not that, and not the faces of my friends. Memphis reaches over and sprinkles a handful of leaves into the broth. It's ready. I'm sorry, my man. Don't be. It was Conway's crime, and you know better than most that what we went through. There's enough that you are here to listen. Memphis pours the broth into a double-walled metal bowl and hands it to you. The heat radiates through your hands, and the smell drifts up, rich and sharp, like a pine forest after the rain. You drink the broth slowly, chewing the matsutake and thinking. Memphis busies himself with cleaning the pans and bowl, sealing the kelp back up for another day. Then he quietly comes to sit with you while you finish your meal. Neither of you speak, preferring instead to let the story linger in the air a little longer. It is not that there is nothing to say, it is that sometimes, in the moments after something, speaking breaks the spell. So you both idle, eager to be in each other's company. Memphis taking longer over his cleaning, his packing, and you savoring the final dregs of broth. When you finally finish and hand him the bowl, you feel the spell break, and the story leaves you both. And as you leave, you know that both of you are somehow a little more empty and a little more full than before. Story eater. Trade food and stories with a local. How dare they call him a local? That is not a local. That is my friend. Okay, that is my friend. We're just out here killing time, dude. Just killing shit. Really killing shit, dude. Alright, we got one more run with Bliss here, and we should get a decent payout at the very least. Let's keep going here. Also, I did check the time frame. So, this is a recap. The first part of this stream of this game was about 7 days. The one after that was 21 days, and this one was also 21 days. So, we'll see if we still fit into the 21-day mark so far, or if it's gonna be a little different here. Let's see. Oh, give me both. Oh, give me both. Yes, sir. Okay, give me one more. Come on now. You and Bliss are floating in the bay's airlock, waiting for it to cycle. You pick a few leaves from your clothes as you wait. They float around the chamber as if carried by a lazy wind. Clean work. Oh, wait, I said clean work. Bliss bows a little. Well, thank you, Sleeper. You didn't do so bad yourself. She checks her tool belt. Seems like we're getting into a good rhythm. The now familiar sequence of clunks and rattles sound out, and then the door hisses open. The moment it does, you know something has once again gone wrong. What's all this? Bliss asks the confused-looking Moritz. Beside him are a set of crates, anchored to the bay floor. He's clearly just brought them in through the bay's freight lock. Moritz looks nervously between the two of you before answering. It's payment. He runs a hand along the crate. The Sycamore Sea crew just brought them over. He stops, but seeing the look on Bliss's face adds, they were very thankful. I bet they were. She clenches her fist. What the hell is inside? Maurice leans over and struggles with the catches on each side of the top crate. I call those latches. As he does, Bliss turns to you. Don't say it. Bliss stares into space. Don't you dare say it. Say what? You know, she looks back at you. This isn't my fault. Maurice finally gets the catches free and the lid floats off, drifting up into the bay. As it does, a small brown lump floats up with it. Maurice reaches out and catches it, passes him. Is that a mushroom? Bliss finishes. A damn mushroom. They paid us in mushrooms. Not just mushrooms. He holds out a clump of tightly packed leaves. Produce. Bliss starts laughing. Goddamn Haifa commune. Should have known they didn't have a shit to rub between them. She knocks a small brown mushroom across the bay. Stop, Bliss. Maurice grabs her hand. These are good. Fresh. We can sell them. To who, Maurice? Are we running a grocer's now? We need cryo. Otherwise, this whole bay will be shut down. We can't pay for pots with leafy greens. She waggles in Maurice's face. I can use them. Bliss raises an eyebrow. What, 4 whole crates? Even you can't be that hungry. You can take a few, but the rest will sell. She smiles to herself. Or at least Maurice will sell them, if he is so eager. Maurice closes up the crates and starts moving them. It isn't that bad, Bliss. It's a step in the right direction. He glances at you, looking for backup. I didn't even read the thing. I clicked too fast. Bliss sighs. Looks like I went into business with a couple of wannabe farmers. She laughs. Prove me wrong, then. Show me this is a windfall. She kicks away towards a new, patched-together terminal. Until then, I'll be working on how to keep this place open. Maurice mouths a thank you and goes back to moving the crates. You better be on your way, too. Well, fuck me, dude. So me and him gotta try and sell the shit? Laying contract with the run. This seems like a last chance. Okay. So we actually have to help Rico experience, help Bliss compete. I mean, wait, did they at least give them to me? Okay, did I get the mushrooms? Okay, it looks like I got mushrooms. I'm satisfied. Let me see who I can give these mushrooms to. Oh, shit. Another day on those, but I can at least give her these. I literally have no other use for them at this point, so she'll probably be happy with it. Maybe this one gives us like a +3. I just can't see how much it gives. Oh, do I have another one? Shit. Another one in there. Man, I've only had one more. You know what? You know what? Check me out. Check my steez, dude. Show me scrap. Show me scrap. Yes! Repair my condition. All right, and I'm gonna use the other one at the cribbo. New crib. Who this? Hell yeah. I didn't even read the damn thing. Squatters' rights. Find a place and make it your own. And I had to wait for more points. Yay. I might have to fold, y'all. I really might have to become Rabio's lapdog for real. I didn't want to have to do it. Maybe it's like a last ditch effort. Oh, she can give me scrap? Note to self, dude. Now, feed a stray. There's signs that a stray animal has been nosing around near the unit. A handful of chits from some crackers should bring it out of hiding. Yeah, sure. You buy the crackers in a shop unit downstairs and crumble them up in the tray. Something moves in the shadows. Interesting. Oh! The stray. Oh, it's a black cat just like mine. Shadow, where are you at? You're in the game, Shadow! Shadow! That bitch is hiding from me. She loves me, though. The stray hops up onto a work surface and looks out of the unit's small window. It doesn't acknowledge your presence. It just sits there, beside the tray of crumbled crackers, staring out at the low end. What is the cat's story? Are there more on the station? You haven't seen another in the low end, but in this vast megastructure, that means little. There could be a whole colony of cats like this one down in the Warrens. You look at its sleek, dark fur and its sharp eyes. It doesn't look ragged. It looks at home. In fact, its presence in the unit makes you wonder if this is the stray's apartment which you are squatting in. I will watch the stray. I will eat the stray. Though the stray is looking out of the station, you feel its attention on you, waiting for you to spring your trap. You remain relaxed and watch as something flickers in its eyes, perhaps the reflection of a passing ship. The stray settles a little and starts eating, picking at the broken crackers. Oh, fuck! You don't remember ever having been this close to an animal. It triggers something in you, a recognition of life. Totally unlike your own, but still somehow connected, parallel, even interwoven. You don't remember ever having been this close to an animal. It triggers something in you, a recognition of life, totally unlike your own. What? Did it just double? Am I tripping? Did I just click it so fast it did it twice or something? What happened there? The stray licks crumbs from its fur. Were you born here? It can understand me. Definitely can. Sorry, I just got notice of the time I was supposed to make it to this event. Awesome. The stray lifts its head as you speak, but looks out at the glow of the low end. Not at you. Cat's comfort in this place is enough to answer your question. The stray is a born resident of the eye, like all those thousands out there beyond your window. This is, after all, a place for strays, for both those who begin their journey here and those who end it. You turn your eyes to the window, the one the stray looks out of, and you both watch the stars and the ship together. Feel something pass between you and the stray, a kind of acknowledgement of each other, a sense that each of you might share something with the other, a point of connection. Then all at once, the stray yawns wide, hops down from the unit, and brushes along your legs. Then it is gone, out through the unit door, and back into the corridors of the low end. God, can I keep feeding the stray? If you buy the crackers and put them out, the stray will always come. That doesn't mean they like you, though. They're a cat, after all. Fuck you. That cat likes me. What? That's it? I was expecting, like, some serious, like, health advantages here. Not just, like, the one. I mean, at the very least, that means if I have a single piece of scrap on me at all times, I can always repair myself and always be at 5. So once I use my stabilizer, I'll end up doing that. But right now, I'm cool. I didn't realize it would only repair one condition. I thought it'd be like, oh, at least like one full dice or something. You know, decency. All right, nothing new going on here. Glad I can get out of there so I don't have to hang out with Dragos no more. I hated being neighbors with that guy. What a dick. Alright, let me see if I can get at least one more cap out of this situation. Harvest mushrooms! Rico has findings to share with you. Ah, I forgot. Rico's our British scientist. Rico meets you at the entrance to the lab, leaning on her crutch with a glint in her eye. Walk with me, Sleeper. I'd like to tell you a story. She makes her way down the corridor that leads back up towards the main commune building. When people first crossed what we called the Founder's Gap into the Greenway, they did so against the wishes of Andre Erlin. At the time, Erlin was trying to stabilize the Union and establish control over the Eye in the wake of Solheim's collapse. It was chaos. Competing factions, failing systems, so many dead and injured from the riots. That was his priority. Why? Erlen was interested in people, not plants. He was a pragmatist, and for good reason. We both crossed through the glass-roof tunnel, the greenway outside, crowded with vines and branches, dappling the light. Erlen had written the greenway off, cut off the rest of the station, and linked it to a broken spoke. He claimed it was only a matter of time before everything here would die. He refused to let anyone abandon their duty to the Union and cross. They were traitors to the cause, or as good as. Rico continues, making her slow but steady way into the inner gardens of the commune. There weren't many of us, but we believed what was here was worth saving. We had to keep our plans secret until we crossed. and some of us left people behind. She paused to catch her breath, her voice cracking. It is difficult to know if from effort or emotion. Oh, damn, damn! What we found was a disaster, nothing like what you see here. Half of the greenway was leaking oxygen into space, the plants flash frozen. The other half was a swamp of mulch, as decaying matter clogged every system. We worked hard, we lost good people, we cleaned up and closed up, but it was never going to be enough. After many, many cycles, we all knew this place was doomed, but we kept on working, talking less and less, because we couldn't face it. We all developed a death wish that the greenway was going to die. So would we. But it didn't. It did not. Rico smiles. We crossed some invisible boundary, tipped some biological scale, and the greenway started to recover. Plants flowered, crops sprouted. For first time, we reaped the fruits of our labor. Rico smiles, looking up at you. We thought it was us, that we managed to do just enough to end the cycle of decay. I thought we had saved the greenway, until today. You pass into the grow beds of the commune, rich with the hustle and bustle of Haifa members planting and harvesting. For a while, Rico is quiet, and you both simply observe the hypnotic movements of the work crews, the eager chatter washing over you like a wave. Rico smiles to herself. I should have known, of course, that our arrogance was unfounded, but we needed to believe back then. We needed a myth to bring more people across the gap. You move on into a smaller corridor. Rico follows some direction unknown to you. What you have shown me is that back then, the greenway saved us, not the other way around. Tell me, have you ever consumed one of the matsutake or griot caps you have been growing? Technically, yes. I imagine they were delicious, nutritious, almost uniquely so, she muses. After all, they were designed for you. Rico has a mischievous look. At first, I thought it was the location they were grown in that made the mushrooms from the aviary, from the labs, or from the grove different to each other. But what I have come to understand is that it is the person growing them. The matsutake and giro caps you brought me are totally unique, contain compounds never usually found in similar specimens in my possession. Many of these compounds aren't even digestible for humans, but for a sleeper like you. Rigo smiles as she leads you into an internal garden of the commune, where the Haifa members have planted species from all over the greenway. Back when the tide turned, when the greenway started to recover, we all felt something, a response, as if it was this place was not just alive, as a forest is alive, but alive in other ways, communicative, responsive. We shrugged it off at that time, but now I understand why. Rigo stops to turn to you. This place is responding to us, adapting itself to us. It is growing fruiting bodies for you. For me, it is adapting, changing. It is, in short, displaying all the signs of sentience. But how? That is what I wish to know too. What being is in control here? Rico sits on a bench within the peaceful gardens and gestures for you to join her. When you have been growing the griots and the matsutakes in the aviary, those species so familiar to the greenway, have you discovered any others? Yes. Rico can barely contain her excitement. I should like to see those. Please bring me some next time you're here. You look around the garden, amazed at the sense of peace within it. Rico interrupts the silence. There's a species of mushroom that I haven't seen in years. It is dark, short, shaped like a club. We first found it in the early days, when we were working to save this place. It was around that time that we started to lose our first members. They were succumbing to some infection, some mold growing deep in the dark mulch that drowned this place. At that point, we thought we were lost. And then these mushrooms emerged from the same black mold. We tested them and saw that they contained some compounds that counteracted the mold. They contained an antidote. Of course, as a botanist, I saw this as part of the natural processes of the ecosystem, even if the timescale seemed absurdly short. But what I'm wondering is if this antidote was a gift. Rico meets your eyes. Perhaps, if you are patient, you will receive your gift too, Sleeper. Oh, are they they might make it so where I don't, have any sort of, condition? You both sit for a while. Rico's seemingly done telling stories for today. You watch the light playing off the leaves and plants around you and wonder what forces could be at play in this place. After a while, you stand and leave with a quiet nod to Rico, leaving her to her memories. Well, I know what you need. Oh, I got 3 of them. Rico's eager to see the clubhead caps that have grown in the aviary. She hadn't seen mushrooms like this in decades. Are these fruiting bodies the same that emerged during the early days of the collapse, or something else? Rico! Bam! Rico wants to share findings with you and see is even more excited than usual. Rico is at her bench, running small vials of some liquid through an old chemical analysis machine. The whirring of the spinning drum fills the lab with white noise, and you aren't sure if she notices you approach. 1 second, guys. I need water. All right, I'm back. Sleeper, it's so good to see you. She looks up smiling. This little project of ours has been keeping me awake the past few cycles. But right now, well, I think I have something. What is it? The drum finishes spinning and Rico lifts a vial from it, holding it up to the light. This is something I extracted from those club heads you've been bringing me, and according to my analysis, is a substance totally unique on the Greenway. You look at the small amount of liquid in the vial. Any idea what it might be? Rico asked without looking away from the vial. Dear God, please tell me. Stabilizer. Yes! You aren't the first sleeper to come through here. Perhaps I should have mentioned that earlier. Rico's tone suddenly drops, changing the atmosphere in the lab immediately. I just thought... She pauses, thinking very carefully on how to continue. I just wanted you to trust us. What do you mean? Oh, God. She sighs. They came through a fair few cycles ago. We found them wandering in the broken sections near the gap. The members who brought them in had never seen one of you before. They were terrified of this strange person, wandering in from open vacuum. They were quieter than you, and damaged. We did our best to patch them up and welcome them to the commune. I only really spoke to them once, while I was working on their wounds along with a couple of system engineers. She looked nervously at you. I'd never seen a body like that before. I took some readings, some samples. Samples? You have to understand, I was curious. I didn't know what I was looking at. I just took a little of the damaged material, less than a thumbnail. She shifts her way, like, she literally, instead of taking a thumbnail, she took, like, a index fingernail. She's like, it's fine, just the one. Just the one. She shifts her weight to her crutch. The next cycle, they were gone. They took a little food and hiked up towards the wild margins, where the greenway meets the waste. Someone saw them in the distance, but that was it. They disappeared into the overgrowth. She sits down heavily, the vial in her hand. When I saw you, I wanted things to be different. I wanted to keep you here, rather than let you disappear into wherever they ended up. She smiles to herself. Yes, I wanted to understand this place better, but I also wanted to help you. It seems that somehow, both my wishes have come true at once. She holds out a hand with the vial. This is for you. You take the stabilizer, the glass cold and smooth in your palm. I'm gonna say how, because I'm curious, like, how did, like, that makes me feel like they might have died or something, unless she was, like, getting freaky with it. Those club heads made it for you. Or at least, who or whatever made those club heads. No, we're gonna save that one. She starts to clear her bench. It was right there, contained in their tissue. I only had to extract it. I imagine you understand how incredible that is. I learned enough from that sleeper to know that your body, your frame is it, runs on some exotic technology. Exotic technology that has a time limit built in. Somehow, the Greenway knows that too. It understands your physiology much better than I ever could. It knows how to treat you. Just like that miraculous antidote that sprung from the mold, so too has this sprung from your presence here. The Greenway is speaking to you. It is welcoming you. She looks up. I know it sounds crazy, but I know it to be true. Here's the evidence. And what I also know is it is no longer speaking to me. Even after decades here, I have never seen this kind of response. Not since the antidote so many cycles ago. She smiled. She smiles. So I'm going to make you a deal. You bring me as many club heads as you like. I'll extract the stabilizer and give it to you, freely. But you have to tell me what the Greenway says. You have to speak with it, to dig into it, to find what being is at the center of it. I've traveled as far as I can. I need you to do the rest. Can you do that? Yeah, of course. I'm already unlocking all the secrets of the eye. I might as well unlock the secrets of the Greenway too. Rigo sighs with relief and deflates into her chair. Thank you. I'm sorry for the other sleeper. Truly I am. I'm sorry I couldn't have done more. But I'm so glad I met you. She smiles. You are welcome here, anytime. Rigo falls silent. She looks smaller now, more fragile. And you realize how old she must be to have seen the collapse firsthand. You idle a little in the lab, in case she asks for anything else. But she remains silent, and so you drift back into the tunnel, thoughts of that other sleeper and where they ended up weighing on your mind. Grow your own! Become self-sufficient through botany. Hell yeah, dude. So now I can, instead of like buying it, instead of having to grind, I mean, I guess still gotta grind for it, but you know. Hey, there you go. There's the Greenway. Flotilla aid. That's for later. Gotta check in on Bliss here in a minute. I guess I can keep working the side rail ticket. I'm not working for Arabia, that's for sure. Oh! Finally! The only way to understand what Gardner gave you is to grow. Rico is incredibly excited by the prospect. I'll take good care of it, sleeper. Rico smiles. Don't you worry. Alright. How long we got on that? About eight cycles or so. Look like about 8 cycles. Not bad, not bad. Plant the seed, let it grow. I think the flotilla situation, let me go check that out, because I think that is still like a ways away. I think they want you to get pretty far for that. There's a particular point where they want you to get to. Completing the supply reels action will begin the episode intended for late gameplay. Okay, yeah, so I'm just going to assume that I need to get everything else done before I start doing those, because I think that starts the first portion of the remainder of the story, so. I don't think there's too many more things for me, like, upgrade, per se, you know what I mean? Everything else is pretty good where it's at. Let's go ahead and start securing our ticket on this thing, man. I mean, what else is there to do, you know? Oh, I got some caps. Let me actually make something real quick. Ooh, nice. 3 energy. Tala always comes to look when you cook matsutake. The smell draws her in. You eat the mushroom together with a glass of her droll. Big homie over there. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, let's get our ticket out of here, boys. All right. Before I drop down to 3, I think I'll take a stabilizer. Wait, so I have 2? Oh, fuck yeah. Living on the East End, dude. And I got so much money. Look at all my money, dude. I'm living such a good life. The good life. Oh, the good life. I'm gonna see my cat. I want to see my cat. The cat that actually wants to see me. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, so I can just slowly feed the stray cat. That's about it. Nope! I forgot to take my stabilizer. Alright, gotta make it through this day. I got this. You know what? I think she might be ready too. Might be one more day. Oh, it's 2 more days. Damn. Let me see about renting this apartment, because I think it's what, 60? 48? I just don't want it to be for a single night, you know what I mean? Like, I'm praying that I get to keep the capsule. You hand over the chits and get a passkey for capsule 0451. Time to find which of the identical bursts is yours. Okay, so nothing fancy in here. It's just another place to stay. We'll see if I have to rent it out again later. That's going to make me want to cry if I need to. Bliss is good. I guess the only thing to do really is go to work. Hell, I'm not working for Arabia. Fuck that bitch. I'm going to get off this thing before I get anywhere near her shit. Let's go. Fuck! It's okay. Still get money, probably just lose some energy. That's not bad. That's fine. I have no more caps. Let me go, FS, my boy. That got me for... Oh, maybe I only had 2 left over. Of course, you know we gotta feed the stray every night. Make sure they're eating too. The stray crunches up the crackers as you watch. Sometimes they'll let you stroke them, sometimes not. No! I keep forgetting to use the stabilizer. Oh man, okay. I think we're probably close enough. I can, what do you think? I'm gonna do 1 round of this. Or excuse me, like one cycle just of work. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Butters! Boom! You spend the shift in a flow state, linking systems to systems like a thread on a loom. Reminds a diagram of cause and effect. Bro, we did it. And Lem's going with us. Your crew slowly filters out the shipyard locker room, the bubbling chatter reducing with each group that leaves. There's excitement in the air. Haven has just made an announcement. The assembly teams are done. Sat on the locker room bench, you can feel the side reel out there. Its hulking mass now intimately familiar to you. Over the past few cycles, you've watched it grow, be assembled. You've walked through its veins and welded its bones. Now it's ready for the final stage. It will go to testing now, then enter a final process of sealing and resealing, checking and rechecking before it is deemed suitable for its generational trip. But for now, your work is done. You can't help but feel proud. Lem! My boy Lem! A cough interrupts your thoughts. It's Lem, changing out of his work gear. Mina, nowhere to be seen. He smiles. She'll be ready soon. Where's Mina? You two are fast friends, huh? She's being watched at home. Now, I'm on the work team. I can afford a bit more help. He corrects himself. Was on the work team, I mean. We're all out of a job now, he quickly asks. Not that I'm complaining. Lem comes to sit beside you on the couch. She's got to be in her best shape when she carries you. Mina and me out of here. So confident? Lem smiles apologetically. Why not? I figure I'm due a lucky turn by now. He rubs his hands nervously. No use in wondering what if. Until the drawing, anyway. And there's a few cycles till then. Lem is right, but the odds seem unlikely anyway. How many are working in the shipyard? Hundreds? 1,000? You've certainly seen more faces than you can count pass through. And are the Celis Foundation even going to keep their promise? Out here on the Eye, you get the sense that no one will hold them to it. Why else would they be building the sidereal in a surrogate system? As you think, Lem watches you with a worried look. How's Mina doing? I'm not even gonna crush his dreams, dude. He can believe whatever he wants. I'm not upset by it. Lem is surprised by the question, but smiles. She's doing well. She misses having you over, actually. I need to get you two together again. Especially now I won't see you here either. Lem gazes into space. She's pretty stuck on you, actually. She told me the other cycle that she doesn't want to go unless you can come too. She sighs. You ever been in a thunderstorm, sleeper? A real big one? I don't remember. Lem shoots you a worried look for a moment. It's something else, he smiles. The sound, the smell, the rain hammering down. The whole sky stretched out and bruised, roaring and huge. The places I was born, New Pembroke. A dry old rock in a Conway system had 2 seasons. One of them was as dry as bone, dusty, ugly. The other was one long storm, a side effect of the terraforming efforts, they said. Rain used to rattle off the roofs like bullets. It washed the dust away, turned the streets to rivers. It'd sing us to sleep and wake us in the morning. We'd wait half a year just to see it again. The best day was the one where the first drops fell. He sniffs. Some days, I wake up swearing I can hear it again. I was thinking, Mina has never seen a storm, never even felt rain. She's grown up here, the ring her only horizon. Always in the dark. I want to change that for her. And you will, my friend. You will. Y'all are going to get out of here safe and sound. Nothing's going to happen to this thing. There's going to be no delays. You guys are going to get out of here before I blow this bitch up, because that's obviously end goal, is blowing up the giant company. We're going Johnny Silverhand on this bitch. Fuck! I didn't mean to click. I'm sorry. My button finger slipped. I don't even know what I said. Of course. Almost there, Lem says, stretching. Best get back to the little one anyway. But the shift's done, I reckon she'll be happy to have me home for a few cycles. He shoulders his gear. See you in a few for the draw? Right on, he grins. Lem leaves you, making you the last person in the cavernous locker room. As you sit, you think about the rain, and a little hope creeps in. Is it possible? Could the side rail really take you to a planet, a place with weather, with skies, with life? You get up quickly, before you can think about it anymore. It's too soon to hope. Too dangerous. There's work to be done. Guys, we did it! And they blast off in 6 cycles. Got 6 cycles on that. Going over here. Side rail draw. Okay, wait. Okay, so we're doing the draw, and then the ship itself is doing the... Cells are apparently going to start moving the side rail to the hub soon. Oh, to the hub, I see. So I guess they dock and, like, take off from the hub specifically. Have said it will be a few cycles till the winners of the draw are announced. You'll have to come back then. I will literally miss out. I will literally skip it just to make sure Lem gets in. They're going to call my number and I'm going to be like, fuck you. Not even here today. Sorry. I'm off the clock. Got me fucked up. Let me see how she's doing, because I think she had like 8 days. It's only been 2. Okay. So we'll get to at least finish hers by the time the ship takes off. And hey, if they call my name, they call my name. You know what I'm saying? May the best man win. Let me just, I'm not sure. Let me see what's going on up here with them, actually. One more cycle. Okay. Can I sleep here? Oh, I got so much money. Just had to grind because there's nothing else to do, man. All right, stabilizer. All right, there we go. Yep, stabilizer. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Maurice, how do you keep finding me, dude? I just bought this place yesterday. Or maybe the day before. It might have been the day before. I'm glad I don't have to rent it again. That's a good thing. Sleeper. Maurice is leaning against the corridor wall. It's time. He looks away. Big job just came in. Grand finale. You up for it? I'm ready. All right, then. We are in business. He pushes away from the wall. This has to work, Sleeper. Has to. He looks down. If it doesn't... Are we in trouble? It's a team effort now. The Bay, you mean? He shrugs. We were already in trouble before you got here. The work so far hasn't been enough. Look, Bliss had a rough time of it. I thought you of all people would understand that. He runs a hand through his hair. Sir, what hair? He has a buzz cut. Sorry, didn't mean to be. He smiles. Bliss is a good one. She gave me a chance. I owe her. He straightens up. I know you have your own things going on, Sleeper. We all do. But the Bay needs someone. Bliss needs someone. Hell, I need someone to help me keep Bliss from spinning out completely. He scratches the side of his head. Otherwise, there's not much I can do. Shakes his head. And I would hate not to pay back my debts. Maurice stresses. I've got to get back. He nods and walks away. I'm out. See you up there. Oh, what? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's like a what do they call that? Solar glider of some sort. Have you ever played No Man's Sky, which I should definitely stream on here? I don't know why I don't, 'cause it's such a good one. That'd be such a good one. Oh my God. But if you ever play that, they have like these types of ships that I believe they call them like solar flyers or like solar fighters or something like that. I don't know what it is, but it's essentially the same thing where it's like these kites that like hold the solar winds, like I guess pull you via solar winds, which I don't even know if that's actually a thing, but you know. Oh, I thought it was time. Are we? Oh, we're on a time clock. Okay. The selected launch window for the Starward Vector's maiden voyage is closing. This is going to be a tight one. All right. All right, they're both repeatable. That's good. So let's oh damn. So if I do a negative, then it takes two away. Fuck me, dude. That sucks. All right, so we're doing interface and engineer. Let's do okay, interface. Let's interface real quick. Boom. Yes, sir. Spurs need resetting and the system rebooting, but if you're careful, you can safely untangle some of the sail while you do this. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Nice. Ooh, that is pretty good stuff. That's not bad. That's a good start. I'm gonna use this last one. Oh my God, sir. The angle on this is ridiculous. There we go. I'm gonna use this last one and go pick some scrap, and then we're gonna go take a nappy nap. Come on, baby. Fuck! Oh man, come on, dude. Now I immediately gotta lose it. Oh, this sucks. Wait, so what can I do over here? Oh, okay, the club heads. Gotcha. I'm not gonna use the stable. I will be okay. You know what I'm saying? I'll make it work. I just won't do any negative interactions with Bliss. And I'm prioritize that for a minute. Awesome. That's a pretty good setup right there. Look at that. Look at that. That's a whole lot of effort being put in right there. Come on, big payout. Come on, big payout. Come on, big sexy. Oh, it liked it when I called it big sexy. You hear how the music jumped? Got fucked up. Think I'm losing any energy. Hell no. Nah. Oh, not a two. Come on. Okay. Send. Let me go get some food from Memphis real quick. Oh, it does heal for 3. Okay, yeah, it was like 2 before. That's awesome. I fuck with that. Just got a little bit of time on her. I'm going to pick some shrooms here. Should be able to pick something here. That'll work. I think she's looking for the, specific caps. I'll keep those ones just in case I need them for something. Should be okay. I think it's raffle day tomorrow, right? Yeah, raffle day tomorrow. Oh, let's do this. What was that? Something else I seen? Oh, the sunbathe perk, right? Still waiting on her. Okay. Raffle day. Worker and daughter, Lem and Mina. Little Miss Meanie. The crowds have already gathered by the time you get to the shipyard, and you recognize faces among them. People you have worked alongside on the side rail. The intervening cycles have turned their excitement to anxiety, and the few of them smile at you. Instead, the nervous energy of the crowd fills the space, creating a feedback loop of growing tension. You pick out Lem and Mina at the work your way over to them, pushing through the crowd. He silently raises his eyebrows at you, his anxiety obvious, but Mina flashes you a huge smile, unaware of the tension. Robot! She shouts, reaching out to you. Hi, Mina! She waits frantically, grinning. Quite the turnout, huh? Lem glances around, pulling Mina close. I don't think patience is one of his crowd's strengths. The sound of an argument towards the back... The sound of an argument towards the back catches your and Lem's attention. Yeah, I guess that's correct grammar. Sure. He's putting it lightly. This place seems set to explode. This isn't good. Lem doesn't dare answer, but the look in his eye suggests he agrees. This is Aster Anghart of the Celis Foundation. The announcement echoes from the speakers at the shipyard entrance, and the shouts of "Quiet!" rapidly follow. I'm sorry I can't be there to meet you all, and thank you on behalf of Sendra Celis for the work you have done on the side rail horizon. Most of the crowd strains to see Asher's face, but the small display shows only a ghostly white figure, smudged and unclear. Sendra wanted me to pass on her personal thanks for your commitment to and belief in the Celis Foundation's mission. We chose the Eye for this project because we knew that we would find like-minded individuals here, especially among the ranks of the Venerable Havenage Association. Unlike most of the Corps, we neither believe Erlin's Eye to be a threat or a rogue state, but instead an embryo for the formation of a new, decentralized social structure, one where each citizen might be the master of their own destiny. A ripple of impatience runs through the crowd. They didn't come here for a sermon. You are all pioneers, just like those Corps citizens who the Sidereal Horizon will carry, in cryosleep, to the planet that will become the Foundation's first frontier world, Celis 1. At the mention of the destination world, excited conversations break out among the workers. There, our citizens will be able to create their own, innovative, bottom-up economic order, aligned with the principles set down by Sendra Celis herself. Freedom, resilience, and self-sustenance. This is all thanks to your tireless efforts in the Havenage Yards. As a reward for those efforts, you may know that we are offering a select group of the opportunity to join the caretakers of this vision, the staff of the Sidereal Horizon, who will maintain the vessel during its multi-decade transit through interstellar space. Lem turns to you, his eyes bright. This is it! This draw has been performed at a random by the central AIs of the Foundation, and is final and binding. Please note, only licensed contractors of the Foundation are eligible for this draw. I know you have all been eagerly awaiting this day, and without further delay, I will now read the Celis identification numbers of those chosen for this great honor. You are one of my top employees. A murmur runs through the crowd. Celis identification numbers? Licensed contractors? You've never even heard the terms mentioned. Is this something you were supposed to be assigned? Oh, that's crazy. That didn't even dawn on me. Yeah, they're just throwing rules in there now. It's we didn't get ID numbers, so no one's going to know who's supposed to be going. You glance at Lem, but his eyes are fixed forward, wide and shimmering. All around you, people are speaking in hushed tones, like a rising wave. Aster starts reading out sequences of numbers and letters, and panic begins to set in. No one seems to know what is happening. Somewhere near the front of the crowd, someone shouts in celebration, and everyone pushes forward. Lem? You turn to see Lem still staring forward. Mina is scared now as the shouts start. Daddy? Oh my God! Someone throws something at the entrance, and it rattles against the shipyard doors. You see, for the first time, Havenage security stood on either side, scared, arguing between themselves. You feel the anger rising in the crowd. Lem, let's go, dude. We gotta get out of here. He doesn't move. They might call out names. I can't. Mina tugs at his dog tags. It's not happening, dude. Come on, we gotta go. Lem blinks rapidly and then turns to you. He opens and closes his mouth and looks down at Mina. He sees the fear in her eyes and understands. It's time to go. You lead Lem and Mina out, shoving people aside. As you do, you hear the sound of scuffles emerging as the front of the crowd, of metal canisters bouncing off the shipyard walls. You keep your head down and walk away, the sound of Aster reading off the ciphers echoing above the chaos like some strange mantra. When you turn to Lem, there are tear tracks running down his cheeks, and Mina is sniffling into his jacket. You feel the sadness rising in you too. They screwed you. Screwed all of you. You were never even on the list. The feeling isn't as unpleasant as it is familiar. You stare ahead into the tunnel as the security sirens sound out, a signal for the coming violence. Damn, dude. Oh my god, what's it doing? Was it like that when we woke up? I don't know. Like, my headcanon tells me that it was sideways, and then they all said, you know what, fuck this, and just like tipped it over. They were just like, nah, we can't deal with this shit. This is bullshit. It's ridiculous. That's crazy. That is truly crazy. Which is the hub soon. We got about 3 more days on that, it looks like. What's going on here? Oh, poor babies. There's a note on the door of the unit. Sleeper. Gone to find work. Lem. Oh, man. Poor Lem, dude. That fucking sucks. I was really hoping he would at least get out scot-free, but then it's like, nah, sorry. We at least have time before it leaves. I'll be able to, you know, go over stuff with him. That sucks, man. Truly sucks. Oh, wait. Nope, come on. Ah! Let's use this 5 over here. We did it! We did it! You enter a flow state of the scanning, fixing, and Bless does the same. You can both do this, you know it. Alright. Please don't pay us in mushrooms. The atmosphere in the airlock is euphoric. You and Bliss keep grinning at each other like idiots. Exhausted, blinded, sore, and aching idiots. Sleeper, that was incredible. She punches you in the arm. I never thought we were going to make it. Those idiots tangled the whole thing up like nothing I've ever seen. I'm just glad it's over. Too right, she sighs. We all need a trip to the gimbal. At the lock's inner door clunks open, Moritz gives a rare whoop. He looks exhausted too, and for good reason. Moritz has been the one ferrying tools and parts back and forth from the ship. His tired smile tells you he's glad it's done. Sleeper, Bliss. He shakes his head. Impressive. When I saw the ship come in, I thought there was no way. Why, thank you, Moritz, she winks, for believing in us. Moritz rolls his eyes. You know what I mean. Take the compliment. He shoulders some of the gear that came back in with you and Bliss and heads to the racks to stow it. Bliss turns to you. I think you should be the one to do the honors. She nods to the ragged-looking console that Moritz assembled. I don't want to jinx it. She smiles nervously, but you can see she is genuinely nervous. I'm going to check that console for you. You glide over to the console and check the screen. It takes a second to see what you are doing through the flickering, cracked display, but after a moment, you see the accounts. Oh god, here we go. I'd have made at least 500 chits for this bullshit. And there it is. Almost 1,000 cryo sat in the bay's transfer account. Well, Bliss calls. Have we been screwed again? We did it! Bliss kicks off from the floor and spins up into the bay, shouting as she does. The noise takes Moritz by surprise, and he knocks a rack of parts, scattering handfuls of metal fixings across the bay. The sight is something. Glinting steel, catching the work lights like glitter. Sorry, says Bliss, grinning when she comes back down. I needed that. She kicks off and joins you at the terminal. Moritz even managed to sell that produce. We made a tidy profit. Eventually, she laughs. Here. She loads a stack of blank chits into the terminal and transfers a chunk of the cryo to them. This is your cut. She loads a stack of blank chits into the terminal and transfers a chunk of the cryo. Oh. Cryo turns into chits? Oh. Let's hand you the chits. Thank you for believing in this place. She looks away and smiles, even when I couldn't. When you first met me, I was on the edge of giving up. All it would have taken was one more push. But now this place is sparking again. Work is coming in, there are funds in the accounts. Even Moritz has a spring in his step. You both look over at him, happily racking up tools. That's because of you. She punches you on the arm. He likes you. What's his deal? What? Why is he always so quiet? She frowns. I'm not so sure. He doesn't much like to talk about himself, that one. She leans in closer. You know he came here looking to rob the place. I gave him a job instead. She laughs. Don't tell him I told you that. I just thought it might help you understand the kid. Maurice turns to look up at you, and both Bliss and you awkwardly wave. Maybe it's time to change the subject. What now? From here on out, it's going to be a little easier. I'm going to look for some component contracts, stuff that'll keep us inside the bay, not out in the black. No need to risk our necks if we don't have to. You want to cash out? That's fine. But there will always be work for you when you need it. I appreciate it. She smiles, and then, out of nowhere, quickly gives you a hug. She steps back and glances around reflexively. Take care, she says softly. You too. You turn to leave. And Sleeper! Yes? She smiles. Don't spend that all at once. Shit, I just might, you don't know. Mind your business. Maurice has heard Bliss speaking with someone remotely. Is there another job coming in? Ooh, Bay is taking on low-scale repair contracts. Maurice is happy to offload some of the work to you. I'm sure he is, dude. I think Dr. Rico should be about done. I might even want to go... No, damn. I refuse to work for that bitch. Two growth spores. Yay. I don't think anything on this side. Oh, that's such a good amount of money there. I at least got like, what was it, 200, 300? That's not too bad. Get some good old order some fungus here. Now, feed the stray. Nah. Oh, self-repair. I forgot. Oh, no, I can't do that then. Fuck. Let's check out what's going on around here. Let's see. Okay. Man, I can't believe that friggin' Sabine just disappeared, just ran off. I'm still thinking about that guy. Like I'm still expecting him to show up later on when we go past, because I feel like we'll go to the other side of Erland's Eye at some point. You know what I mean? I just don't know if we actually will make it there yet. Oh, okay, just waiting. We're waiting on that final job to show up. Oh, that's some pretty good money too. Okay, let's see how far along we are with the lady over here. We got 1 point there. Okay, she's got what, 2 more days? Jesus, feels like forever. Oh, okay, I got one more pick in me. There we go. Hey, actually got some caps there from her. Sweet. Go and germinate some more. Go over here. What? The fuck did I get? Oh, Matsutake's. Gotcha. Seems about right. There's really nothing else to do per se. I'll take a stabilizer before I get to 3. And by then she'll probably be, yeah, that's perfect time in there. And I think let me check when they're moving the ship over to the hub. In 2 days. Okay, awesome. Same day stuff. All right, let me go back over here. And we'll just forage for some griot caps here. And I'll just keep those on hand for when I start the other mission. Sweet. I'll tell you what, I may just go like grind up some scrap components for myself, you know what I'm saying? Shit, if I gotta wait this much for everyone else anyway. Oh, let me go back down here. Yeah. Okay. Can I just eat these? I can't just eat them. Okay. I had to be sure. Go back up this way real quick. Oh, nope. What? I thought it fed for 4. How long do I rent this for? Okay, as long as I want. Sweet. They're gonna like ask me again in 30 days, like, hey, you gotta pay your rent. Like, what? Dude. What was I was over here. Yeah, I was over here doing stuff. Oh no. Okay, fine. Alright, we're going for we're going for that good old Yadigan data. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. So pick me up some there's good stuff here. What? No. What do you mean you have other things to attend to? Brother. That's not how this job works. You're supposed to supply. And I demand. God damn it. Okay, fine. Whatever. Oh, I can talk to them tomorrow too. Everything is happening tomorrow. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about... Yeah, I'm just gonna use the stabilizer. Fuck it. One stabilizer. Feed the kitty. End cycle. Boom. Just go. I'm just gonna eat something real quick so I don't die. So they don't take no more of my condition. Okay, yeah, it's gone. It is crazy. Let me see if he's back in play today. What? Whatever. Lemon Mina. What's going on with you guys? Oh, there's no answer when you buzz Lem's unit, but the door's open. You push the door and find Mina sitting in the middle of the floor playing with Bun Bun. But the door is open. Oh, maybe it's like unlocked. Where's Lem? Mina doesn't respond, and she walks Bun Bun across the floor, narrating quietly to herself. You look around the unit. It is a mess. Dishes and glasses on the side. Some of Mina's clothes piled up in a corner. Mina is sitting by her bag, which is spilled out across the floor. Her drawing slate cracked and dark. Tidy up a little bit. Start with the kitchen units, piling up the dishes in the auto wash and wiping them down. Pile up the clothes next, folding them neatly. Mina watches you quietly as she plays, curious but silent. You just started to look at fixing her cracked slate when Lem enters. Sleeper, what are you? He pauses and looks from you to Mina and back again. Never mind. He drops a bag by the door and slumps onto the couch. Where were you? Lem ignores your question, asking one of his own instead. What are you doing here? Mina's not supposed to let anyone in. Glances at her disapprovingly, but she shoots back her own angry look. Look, now's not a good time. What happened, man? Just tell me. What happened? We messed up. That's what happened. Put our hopes in someone else's stupid scheme. He pinches in the bridge of his nose. You understand they never even put us on their list, right? I've been all around the Rim looking for work, and I've been run into more than a few from the cruise. It turns out only longtime Havenage members were issued those Celis ID numbers. They never planned to consider us. Havenage say they didn't know that was what they were going to use to make the draw. But who knows? Maybe Celis pulled the wool over their eyes. But what does it matter? All those hours in the yards for a hand-to-mouth wage and nothing else. He slams his hand down the sofa. That can't be it. But it is. He looks at the open door again. They're moving the side rail up to the hub now, you know. He says without meeting your eye. That's where we'll depart from. They're bringing in a ship with all their cryo-sleep pioneers and transferring them up there, in microgravity, before lowering the crew. We can sneak aboard? You think they're just going to let people on board? The security they'll have. Has to be impossible. He looks over at Mina. Look, we'll be fine. We always have been. I just need a little time. He sighs. We had our hearts set on that trip for all, is all. Mina comes over and climbs into his lap. He smiles. But what if I got you on board, brother? I missed you these past few cycles. I miss that optimism. Lem strokes Mina's hair. Look, you want to go up to the hub and ask around? Be my guest. I can't get up there with Mina down here, and I'm sure the side rail will bring in a crowd. But be careful. This kind of thing always attracts scammers and thieves. You'll find a way on board, you take it. You need help to get there? Ask me. But for now, me and Mina here are sticking to the eye. She looks up at him and smiles. I'll find a way for us all, Lem. Lem smiles, but doesn't say anything. You stand to leave, and Mina grabs your hand, eager to give you one more smile. Then you are out, back in the walkways of the low end, already thinking of plans to make this right. Dude, I think there's of course there's gonna be a way, you know what I mean? There's the big bitch. Damn, that is a big bitch. Come on. Sir. Sir. So to spin it this way, I guess. Sidereal Horizon Departure Terminal. Let's see. Scout the dock. The sidereal is being loaded and prepared. Among all the commotion, it is possible to find a way on board. You hope against hope that there's a chink in the Sidereal Horizon's vast armor. I bet you there is. Yes! Come on now, let's go. Let's go. You watch the loading crews going back and forth, noting their paths and entryways. Could this work? Castor! That's why he's not around. I forgot what kind of voice we gave Castor. Castor. Hello, my friend. Hello, my friend. Hello. Quite the achievement, isn't she? Yes, we're gonna... Right here. Quite the achievement, isn't she? Sandra Celis must be proud. You recognize the resonating voice of Castor immediately, and turn to see him, hooded and tucked into the shadows near the viewing platform. Castor, I see you remember our game. Good. He looks around, but the platform is clear. I'm afraid you'll have to wait for a rematch. Microgravity makes travel a little difficult. He smiles broadly. Castor walks out to stand beside you on the platform, the telltale clunk of magnetic boots accompanying his slow crossing. He notices you, looking at them. I don't much like it up here, he explains. I hear there was some trouble at the Havenage shipyard when they announced the results of the crew lottery. Yeah, they screwed us. I know, he sighs, meeting your eye. An ugly business. Sellers are too used to ways things work in the core. Exploitation is the only logic they know. He gestures out the side rail. You know why they built the monstrosity on the eye? Control? Certainly. There is no corporate oversight out here. But that's not all. He stares at the pristine yellow hull. Celis built it here, says Castor gravely, because they didn't want anyone to know it exists. He rubs his forehead. And the secrecy is something I cannot abide. He turns to face you. There are people being loaded onto that ship as we speak. Sleeping people. Locked in cryo-sleep like the person that you were emulated from. There are hundreds of them. And Celis wants to send them out to a planet at the edge of the settlement systems without anyone knowing where it is. But you, Sleeper, you can do something about that. You are like me and you deal with data. You can read it right out of the air. With someone like you on the ship, secrecy isn't a problem. You can ping back whatever I need, whenever I need it, as long as you are on board. With you on the side reel, and with some minor modifications, he pauses. You can be my eyes and ears. I'll keep track of the Celis Grand project through you. In short, says Castor, stretching, I can get you on board, Sleeper. But I'm going to need you to help me. Who are you? Give me a real name. I am a concerned party. Someone who likes to know what is happening when it's happening, not afterwards. It's not just me. Yes, your friend Lem. That can be arranged. It is difficult, but not impossible. The condition is, of course, that you go too. Castor clunks closer to the window, watching the tugs wheeling around the side reel. It's a simple offer, and you only one that you will get on that ship. Please consider it. He turns back, silhouetted against the ship. But to make it happen, I need your assistance. As I said, there is a Celis Foundation ship docked in the now empty shipyard. I need the data from its service. This will allow me to produce the IDs necessary for your transit. Castor looks over his glasses at you. Celis aren't stupid, though. Their ship is totally isolated from the station. You need to get on board if you want to access their airworld service. Once you have the data, meet me at your friend's unit so we can give him the good news. He smiles. I notice his importance to you. And the little one. So cute. You don't extract the data before the sidewheel horizon leaves the hub, then I will get the message. We have other options, but you are certainly my preferred one. But be sure, when you act, Sleeper, once you take the data from Celis, we'll set off a series of events that will likely be hard for you to untangle yourself from. Either way, I recommend you stop asking around up here. You're bringing a lot of attention to yourself. Castor glances around as if to emphasize his point. There are only a handful of cycles until departure, Sleeper. Make your decision. With that, Castor marches back off the platform, the sound of his mag boots fading away, leaving you to contemplate the side horizon, and the party may play in your future. Oh, fuck me, dude. Oh, so I got like 8 cycles, several cycles set out. You will either be on board or not. I'm getting Lem on this fucking ship, dude. You got the wrong one if you think I'm not getting my mans on the ship. Oh, I didn't understand the weird angle I was sitting at. Lucky I can't go tell Lem. Let me go take a look at it. Oh, I mean, that's easy stuff. Sirius wise to the potential breach. Okay, so I'd want to use this one as opposed to this one. This one's going to have less implications. All right, let me use the restroom, guys. I'll be right back. Back in this bitch. There's a couple other things we gotta go check out too. We already talked to Lem. I know we gotta go talk to. We gotta go talk to Rico. Rico. All right, Rico. Well, you know, we got something in your hands when you enter the lab. Looks like a knotted twist of woody stems and a ring about the circumference of a human head. Consisting of a single stalk at one side and a branch woven network at the other. Interesting. So it's like a network crown. As you approach, she holds it up, and the lights of the lab it looks like a crown. Rico finishes her thought. She smiles and shakes her head in disbelief. Is that what you grew? It is. I came to the plant this morning, and this loop was all that was there. She points to a lump on the edge of the ring. The seed grew right back into itself, twisted up out of the soil. That being you encountered in the cloud, as you call it, was it wearing one of these? She eyes you suspiciously, still unsure if she is somehow embroiled in an overlong prank. No, it wasn't. She sighs. I suppose that would be too easy. She smiles to herself, a root crown. She places the object on the bench and shuffles to her analysis terminal, her face lit by its amber light in the dim corner of the lab. Well, it isn't exactly a plant anyway, not from what I can tell. She gives you a serious look. No leaves, no chloroplasts, just a series of filaments encased in cellulose walls. How did it grow? It seems the seed contained everything it needed. A self-contained entity, nothing less. She beckons you over. That isn't the good part. Look at this. You see a cross-section scan of the crown. Its layers of plant-like structure on full view until you reach the center. There, inside a xylem and phloem for transporting nutrients, something branched and woven glints. Those wires? She laughs. I'm not sure whether to say yes or no here. These are not wires like those in an electrical system, no. But they are filaments of a conductive material. So, yes? She leans close to the screen. But you see those branches? They remind me of dendrites, of neurons. She rubs her eyes, which is frankly ridiculous. She looks back at the crown on this table as Rico fusses over the scans, and you suddenly realize what it reminds you of. Also, I just want to say, everything they're giving me right now definitely tells me she was meant to be British. I did it right. I'm awesome. You remember signing the forms, the walk to the sleeper tanks, the cold metal floor. Then you remember the crown they fitted you with, the branching structure of wires and pads. No, not a crown. They called it an interface. The tool of your emulation, your transference from neurons to electrons, an interface. That is your gift from Gardner. You turn back to Rico. It's an interface. Rico looks at you puzzled. Something clicks in her mind. Perhaps something she heard from the sleeper she had helped all those cycles ago. She starts talking to you. Partly to you, partly to herself. If the club heads were made for you, then this too could be made for you. For your frame. She shuffles over quickly to the interface, a word that is stuck to the strange branched object quickly in your mind. You're right. That entity is the entity I've been looking for. She shuffles quickly to the crown. They are the entity which is controlling the Greenway, which has been maintaining it, supporting it, and has been guiding it for all these decades. She stops to catch her breath. They want to talk with you. Rico leads you to a seat. I will be here, sleeper. If something happens, if you wish me to remove the crown, the interface, just squeeze. She grips your hand tightly. You meet her eyes, clouded with age, but bright with the thrill of new discoveries. Then she places the interface on your head, and everything blinks out. Hold up, I need a dab for this. I'm putting on my interface. Check me out. Okay, all right. Back into the river. Back into the dark flow. But something is different now. You are no longer pushed, no longer blocked and buffeted by the storm. Instead, it flows around you. You move and it parts, letting you pass. Something else resists, but it gives easily enough. You look back and see your body. You've left it behind. Somewhere, Rico's voice is talking to you, asking you questions. It is excited, eager, desperate to know what lies on the other side, what the entity has to say to you. You realize how long she's waited for this moment, for the moment of meeting between the inhabitants of the Greenway and its protector, and yet she is still on the outside. You shake off the sadness. You will be your eyes. Then you see the figure, Gardener, out in the storm, planting. It takes less than a moment to reach them. You've never felt so free. This is how Navigator must have felt, released from their prison. This, you think, is what it feels like to be in a place you were built to inhabit. Gardener does not turn at your approach. They go on planting, but their voice whispers in the waters like a sharply rising current. You grew this gift. The speech hisses around you. Good. I am glad. Who are you? Gardener is a good name. You chose it well. I will grow into it. How does it feel to be free of your seed? They stoop to plant again. My seed? That in which you were contained, from which you will grow. There was some disagreement, continues Gardener, as if you were picking up a long-held conversation with the others. They felt you were in danger, but they are always cautious, especially the fungi. Fungi? They like old loam, known knowns, wide and stable networks. The fungus were cautious? Mostly, yes, although there were many among them number who favor short growth cycles, thick nutrient veins, and sudden shifts. He gestures out into the storm, and though you cannot see them, you feel presences all around, sensing this audience with great interest. After all, they understood that it was I who made them their crowns, and without them, they would not have joined the chorus. So they see that it is only fair that you get your chance to join too. Join? Yes. Become part of this. Gardener shoots down. We are millions, and we grow. I hope you understand. I'm unused to speaking to your kind. It has been many cycles since my last conversation. I think it was Chief Executive Trellick himself. You look around and you see it. Every growing thing, every non-human being in the Greenway is here. They're networked, connected, branched and linked by this strange being, this artifact of the old station. The impossible dream of a senile farm administration AI. A living network. You could dissolve here, you realize, free of that decaying body. You wouldn't need to be a person. Why would you? Among all these other minds? Turn away from the Gardener for a moment and look back at your body. A tiny hairline thread connects it to you. You hear Rico's voice again, still asking, still checking in. Are you okay, Sleeper? What are they saying, Sleeper? Are you still there, Sleeper? Something inside you, something in you sighs a long sigh. A sigh that speaks of an exhaustion beyond tiredness, an exhaustion rooted deep inside you. It stems from the effort of answering questions, of answering problems, of getting up and breathing each cycle. But something else resists the sigh, a yearning, a sense of distance, the desire to squeeze that hand that holds you for its warmth, its blood, its complexity, to make a gesture that says, I'm still here, I'm still alive, I'm with you. The two ideas spin within you, making you nauseous. If you break the thread, you will be free to dissolve here, to grow strange and beautiful among a million others. If you follow it, if you squeeze Riku's hand, you will wake up back in that dying body with all the pain and warmth that entails. Now is the moment to choose. Oh shit, dude. Well, I mean, like, I could end it here. I could literally just be complete. Done. But I have people waiting for me on the other side. Lem is waiting for me on the other side. Let me go sip my water. Hold on. I got Mina waiting for me on the other side. I have to go. Follow the thread. Your eyes track the thread across the whirling dark back to your body. This choice, you realize, will not be presented again. I'm going. You don't look back at the Gardener. You don't dare risk it. Instead, you follow the thread, delicately, carefully, like a diver following their lifeline back to the surface. The river whirls around you, but it doesn't pull. It isn't jealous. Neither does it understand. It is, after all, just a river. It isn't a person, a flesh and blood person, with wants, with desires, with the capacity for love and hate. It doesn't understand you, and you don't understand it. So you don't focus on it. You don't think about it, on what it feels like, on what feels like such a long journey back through the dark. You set your mind on eyes instead, on hands, things you can focus on, hold on to. And then, after an age of crossing, you are there, settling back into the chair, into a body in a chair, and the overwhelming sensations that come with being a living thing with a rich and detailed sensorium. For a moment, you feel like you have made a terrible mistake. Who would choose this weight, this anxiety, this deep well at the center of existence? But then you feel it. Rico's hand, gripped hard around yours, trembling a little, sweating a little. Rico's hand, with its brittle bones and crumpled skin. Rico's hand. And in that moment, you understand why you made this choice. And then you squeeze Rico's hand, and you wake up. Warmth and light. Turn away and follow the thread back home. Oh, is that it? I mean, like, obviously that's like maybe one of the endings, I would imagine. But I don't think... Hopefully they let me continue, because like there was a lot of other plot points I wanted to get through. That was the most recent one. I literally had to do it. Can we wake up next cycle, please? There we go. Thank God. I was like, damn, that seems like crazy. But I feel like it's gonna be the same thing. Like if I go take the side reel, that's an ending as well, I would imagine. Sleeper. Rigo's voice comes wavering through the dark. Are you still with me? You sit up in the lab, a bright green glare that fades as you gather yourself. I'm here. Rico smiles. Good. She squeezes your hand. I thought you left me for a moment. What? She pauses. Who? She smiles. Tell me about it. Tell me everything. I'm gonna tell her the truth. You tell Rico everything. You tell her about the gardener, the strange farm administrator AI that has grown to be so much more. About the chorus, that impossible configuration of networked plants, and finally about the choice the gardener offered you. She listens attentively. Her responses are hard to read, and you wonder if she might have made a different decision had she been in your place. Oh, she would have, bro. She would have been in there. She would have been gone. You're like, thank you so much. Thank you, Sleeper, for telling me. I know it isn't easy to say such things. People so often do not wish to hear strange truths. She looks away. And thank you for returning to me. Though I know you had your own reasons. Squeezes her hand reassuringly. Something passes between you then. A kind of shared sadness for the impossible choice. The choice to escape your body or to stay and suffer it. Her smile is warm and generous. And whatever the wisdom of your choice, you're glad to feel welcome in this moment, in this place. But suddenly, she stands and walks a little away, as if trying to escape an unpleasant thought. You worry that she knows all too well what it takes to make a choice like you did. Rico sighs. So, Sleeper, do you plan to stay in the commune with us? I plan to. Sure, let's lie, because I'll be staying here occasionally, but, you know, I got other places, I got other houses. I'm glad to hear it. Rico crosses back over to you and takes one of your hands in both of hers. Hyphen needs new blood if you want to survive, and squeezes. You are a good friend. The feeling is mutual. Well, don't let me keep you. Rico waves you away and limps back to her terminal. As she does, you notice the crown in her hand, and she places it on the bench with great care. You can't help but feel a little curious about what she intends to do with it. Then you are out, breathing the air of the greenway, fresh as a spring morning. The dappled light makes a patchwork of the greening landscape, and you walk into it, sensing the movement of the gardener's chorus all around. You are glad to be here, in this strange and beautiful place, a little longer. That was nice. That was actually very sweet. That was a very nice one. I enjoyed that. I think we're almost to the point where we can like give them these caps here. I got 3, so we got enough for them. I can't remember their names. I know there's 2 of them on that ship, but All right, I'm going back up. Well, actually, I'm going back over here because now that we've done that, I can just I can worry about getting Lem on the ship. I know he says that I need to go too, but I'm hoping that's a separate ending that we can like get through. You know what I mean? Do this real quick. 100% positive. Give me 3. Fuck! Yeah, shit in this bitch. Okay. Let's just go to sleep. End the cycle. End this cycle of abuse. Alright, there we go. That's gonna be literally enough. Okay, well, you know, it's fine. It's still gonna be enough, so haha. I still win, dummies. Let's do just 4. Nothing major. Come on now. Do I need to do anything else? +2. Oh. I'm definitely getting the Celis data, but... Come on, let's go! Let's do it! Yay! I think we're done here, entirely. I wonder what... Now I'm kind of curious what stuff can be done with Arabia, but at the same time, I'm like, fuck that bitch. Castor is at the Curious Data Fence. When you arrive at Lemonina's unit, Castor is already waiting outside, leaning beside the door. Oh, forgive me, sleeper, but Celis is already buzzing with news of the breach. I was expecting you. I don't like you tracking me. That is unfortunate, sleeper, because that is exactly what I will be doing for the foreseeable future. He turned into Lem for a second there. He's British. Castor reaches into a pocket and produces a sleek green and white hand terminal. The data, please. What is that? Something I acquired from Celis while you were busy on this ship. Castor pushes up. Look, dude. Oh, I'm like dying over here. Castor pushes up his glasses. I haven't been waiting for you the entire time. You hand over a drive with the data, and Castor fishes around for a converter cable to hook it up. He slots it into the terminal, and after some wearing, a set of 2 transparent films marked with numeric sequences are produced. 2 tickets to an uncertain future. Castor smiles to himself. The child would go with Lem, of course. He pockets them. These are yours. But first, he holds out a white cube. Your side of the deal. What is it? Something to help us make use of you. He passes you the square and you rest it in your palm, a small, white, perfect cube. Suddenly you feel a sharp pain and a flinch. The cube jumps from your hand and rattles along the walkway. You look at Castor apologetically. Castor smiles. Not to worry. It has done its job. Now it's for you to do yours. You look down and see a tiny pinprick in the center of your palms. Nothing sinister. Castor puts the terminal away. This way we can keep track of you and the sidereal horizon. I didn't agree to this, dude. You did, sleeper. Castor adjusts his glasses. You have to understand that I could have done this without you knowing. This way, everything is on the table, so to speak. Castor hands you the transparent films and you see shimmering portraits of you and Lem flickering beneath the surface. Go. Give them the good news. And he reaches across and buzzes the unit. Lem slides open the door, half dressed in his gear. Sleeper, what brings you here? Come in. He beckons you inside. You look to the side expecting to see Castor, but the wall is empty. The unit is cleaner, better organized than last time. Lem sits at the thin bar and gestures for you to sit. Mina's with some of the locals. Oh, Mina's with some of the local kids. Someone has started doing lessons down the way. She seems to like it. I'll sit with him. You sit at the bar. What's up, sleeper? I have some news. Out with it then. God damn, rethink things. You look around the unit, you look at Lem, he looks better, softer, more full of life. It's as if the weight has been lifted from his shoulders. You think of Mina a few minutes down, learning with other children. You falter. Is the sidereal horizon better than this? Lem starts to look a little nervous. You in trouble? Debt? Oh, this is a tough one, man, because then the problem is that I'm literally being used for someone else's schemes, but it gets them on this trip. But then again, the trip itself, like he said, is going to involve him working till he dies and then her working until they get there because it's like a 40, 50-year trip. So she's going to be like old, have kids by the time they make it there. Might as well just stay on the fucking ring where we are. I mean, I almost want to tell him, but then like I don't want to get stopped and I don't want them to get hurt. I can't do it, man. I've been so legally good this entire time. I can't get them on this ship. I really can't. Because if I do, like, if something happens, like, again, on the trip, right? You don't know what's going to happen. We could make it all the way there, but I'm probably not, and he's definitely not. This is literally just for her. Nothing. Forget it. You sure? You sure are acting funny. Lem squints at you. Are you sure nothing's up? I'm good. Just tired. I hear you. Lem nods. Been taking shifts moving freight at the midline. Hard work. But makes use of my Conway drone training. He pats you on the shoulder. He continues, but you barely hear him. What is holding you back? Is now or never? Will you leave together, or are you better off on the eye? Dog, I think we're better off on the eye. You make the decision. Lem and Mina are better off here. You are better off here. Castor can go hang. Lem notices you aren't listening and stops. Fancy staying until Mina gets home? She'd be thrilled to see you. Oh no! Oh no! I didn't even think about it. Mina's not even here right now. Oh my god. Because, oh god, I don't know what strings. Fuck it, sure, I'll wait. I want to make sure she gets home safe. It's not long until the Cyro leaves, you know. I was thinking of taking Mina to see it off when it does. What do you think? But why? Maybe because I'm stubborn. Or maybe there's a lesson in there for little Mina. Not sure. Lem looks across the tiny unit. Holding on. That's all we can do, right? Just hold on a little. He turns to you and smiles. Butler goes off. That'll be her. Lem gets up and opens the door, and Mina, a bundle of energy and life, rushes into the room. Robot! She shouts. I learned how to draw a tree today! Lem laughs. Show me. Mina suddenly grabs her slate, now half obscured by shiny black tape, and brings it over. I never even saw a tree, says Mina, but Esther showed me. She started with a line, then draws a V, splitting in two directions. Then she splits those lines again. She keeps doing this, keeps splitting and splitting these lines until before long the whole slate is filled with branches. She sets it down proudly and hands you the pan. Your turn, she says. And a while later, when you leave, you don't even think to check for Castor by the door until it's too late. You stop and turn, halfway down the walkway, but there's nothing there. Even the little white cube is gone. You stop and take out the two films, the faces, yours and Lem's staring out from them like figures encased in ice. How did Casper even get these images? A rush of anger runs through you, and you crumple them in your hand. You let the films drop and they bounce once, twice, then fall through the grill of the walkway into darkness. The future leaving as easily as it arrived. You pause for a moment. There doesn't seem to be anything else to be done, so you keep walking back through the low end, deep in thought. The running game. Do whatever it takes to get that ticket. I got that ticket and told him to fuck off. Oh, so I completed it, but Castor's offered a second chance. If you cooperate, perhaps you could be leaving the Cyro Horizon after all. I doubt it, but I kind of feel like I need to enforce for Arabia just so I can keep myself safe, you know what I'm saying? We'll just patrol the ward. Yet again performs many roles, protection to logistics and everything in between. You never know what you may have to face on patrol. You help a dentist running a surgery from their unit with their equipment. They offer you a restorative infusion and you feel better immediately. Oh, hell yeah. It's really the only other thing. I'm not going to give him the caps just yet. Think we'll wait until it takes off. When does it take off? How many days we got? What is that, 2 days? Yeah, it's like 2 days, so Be slow about it. Oh no, that's not 2 days. That's fucking. Oh fuck. 7 days. Damn, we got like another week. Okay, guess we'll go back down and just force a little bit more. Oh sweet lord, that's gonna piss me off. It's just so slow. Fuck! I think they're taking Yadigan data for like money. Give them some Yadigan data. They can have all of it. A little bit of scrap. Not much really I can do with this one. I'm just gonna go home. Just take an L on that one. There's multiple little shimmers there. I think there's 2 more days on Bliss. Fuck it, let me go give them this stuff and see what goes on here. Who knows, maybe they'll take me to the other side. Climbing Briar, escaped XPR ship. Eshe asks you to bring supplies and fragrant, eye-grown Zero caps. What? Oh, okay, got you. As she asks you to bring supplies, and fragrant, eye-grown grill caps seem like the perfect thing to impress her. The commas on that just seemed weird. I mean, I get it. That's correct grammar. It's fucking weird, okay? Oh, they only need 2? Damn. All 3 episodes are now available. Flux, Refuge, and Purge. So I guess we start this one. The Refuge, which has arrived. Gotcha. We are in Flux. As she sees you coming up the broken spoke and waves you into the cavernous bay of the Climbing Briar. Ah, you came. Peek smiles as you walk into the Climbing Briar's cargo hold. Behold, behind a gloomy Eshe. They brought mushrooms. Eshe tosses the mushroom caps onto a crate, raising her eyebrows at Peek. Peek gives her a look. Thank you, Sleeper. They pick one up and sniff at it. Are these edible? Try it. Peek squints at you and the mushroom before delicately putting it back down. Oh, wait. We're not so used to fresh produce. As she is securing crates as she speaks and doesn't look up, Hawthorne doesn't have much in way of farming. Hawthorne? The installation we grew up on. The installation we grew up on. Yeah, that worked. As she wipes off her hands on a rag, XPR loves to name their property after new natural things. But that's about as far as their relationship with plant life goes. XPR? This an interrogation? She glares. Either way, we are done with that place, which is all you need to know. As she leans back against the crate she was securing, we're gonna need more than a few mushrooms if we want to help those refugees, though. What do they need? Food, water, components, a whole lot of things. As she stands and walks over the mushrooms you brought, placing them into a small container with care. The problem isn't just getting supplies, it's getting them through to the ships. Can't you speak to Havenage? We aren't exactly welcome guests, Peek explains. If anyone figures out that we came in with refugee ships, we'll be quarantined as well. Are you both refugees? Peek looks at Ashley, waiting for their lead, but Ashley doesn't flinch. Something like that, as she looks away. Well, this isn't about us. This is about them, as she stares at you. Even calling them refugees is just a way of turning a lot of scared, desperate people into a single monolithic group. As she slides the container full of mushies into one of the cargo hold's racks. Look, as much as I'd like to chat, we've still got a lot of space to fill in this hold, so if you're gonna help, I think Essie is trying to say we need your help. And quickly, he says, glancing at her. The refugees behind the cordon, they won't be able to hold out indefinitely. We need to get supplies to them in the next 12 cycles, or, as she steps forward, our Havenage will have to bear the responsibility for whatever happens next. What can I do? There's three things we still need to secure. Water, food, and scrap components for ship repairs. As she gestures to the storage containers around the hold. Water we can find a way to source, or in my preference, just siphon off from the underground reservoirs in the Greenway. He raises her eyebrows. She ignores them. For food, things could be tricky. Those mushrooms are delicious, I'm sure, but no way we can get enough volume to feed a flotilla. However, I saw an algae stack on the way over. If we can get access. No more stealing, Eshi. Peak sighs. I didn't say steal. She stares at them indignantly. If we can get access, we can work the stack, harvest some algae for the flotilla. Those stacks churns out vast quantities in short time scales. And the repair components? Peak asks tentatively. As she smiles. Just look around you, Peak. This whole place is made of scrap. Shoot you a glance. I'm sure Sleeper has her sources. They can bring them right here. We get everything before time runs out. Perfect. We get most of it. Also good. Either way, in 12 cycles, I'm going to take what we have and go. But how will you get through? As she shoulders the container. Thought I'd leave that up to you, Peak. They flinch. Are you serious? Actually, I know we said we would help the flotilla, but at what point? They stop. Take a breath. Take this seriously, Eshi. I don't know the first thing about breaching a quarantine cordon. Maybe not, Eshi looks at you. But they might. They slipped out from an SNR facility, didn't they? Plus, they've been here longer than us. You're always trying to get me to find help. Well, here it is. She gestures at you. Help. Pete glances between the two of you. I swear to... They sigh. I need to think this one through. Meet me at the cordon in a couple of cycles, Sleeper. Maybe we can figure something out. Meanwhile, as she meets your eye, you can help me acquire the supplies. Discreetly. He smiles. We have to keep this quiet. Keep Avenage out of the loop. Once they get suspicious, this is all over for us. This all suddenly seems a little too real, too dangerous. You've only just found your feet on the eye. This is no time for causing trouble. Come find us. We'll be out here trying to pull this all together. As she goes to the back of the hold to start packing another container. Pig, come help me. He glances at her. Sleeper, look. We didn't choose this either. They lower their voice. Help us finish this. We set up a base camp on the Broken Spoke. You're welcome to rest there in any of the cots while we work on this. They smile. We're in this together. Pig, as she shouts, and they walk back into the hold to help with the container. As you leave the climbing briar, you look out at the broken edge of the eye's ring, where Havenage's cordon blinks with tiny red lights. What are you getting yourself into? Hey, a little cribby-doo, a little place to hang my head. Alright, so we need 8 scrap components. I have 2 scrap components. Well, there's plenty of ways to get scraps, so that's awesome. I keep thinking there was a thing that gave me, like, double scrap, but I don't think that was actually a thing. I know... Did that give me scrap? Ship mine core, export... Random items. Ooh, I like random items. Enforcer work. Always, enforcer work is good work. You know what they say? That's what they say. That's what they tell me. Gotta be a faster way to get the materials too. Everybody on the dock yet? Nope, one more and they'll be here though, so. Okay, let me see if I can do that. Oh, 32. Fuck yeah. I'll buy 2 of them O's, just in case. I think I can sell them somewhere. Alright, that is about as good as it's going to get right now. He said to me I'm in the stacks here soon. Water storage and processing. Reservoir. Yes! This should work. Oh, fuck me, dude. There we go. Yo, what's that? Algae stack. Oh, man, there's a lot of stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and do the stabilizer. I got enough to handle it, so. Oh, Maurice. Sleeper. Long time. Maurice is smiling at you when you leave. Clearly happy to see you again. Maurice, good to see you. Same. He rubs his hands on his jacket. How you been? I got it. Now he's just Vince McMahon. Is it Vince McMahon? Yeah, WWE guy. Yeah, Vince McMahon. Working hard. I bet. He grins. Well, you're always welcome to hang out the bay if you want. He glances around. Actually, that's what I'm here about. I know Bliss said she didn't want to take any more big jobs, but she's changed her mind or something. He grins, because now we have something looking for a refit of the ship in our bay. You would not believe it. They want their entire ship disarmed, cutting out defense arrays, weapon lockers, ship-to-ship countermeasures, the whole lot. He leans in. We'll be able to start an arms dealership with all the hardware we'll have up there when we're done. Anyway, it's a massive job, and we need some hands. Bliss said to go get you. So come on up. Bliss is waiting on you to accept the job. He pauses. It'll be good to have you up there again. He grins. Like old times. Okay, cool. So they're not going to start until I show up, so that's good, because we got shit to do. Work on this flotilla aid. So they need me to have 8. Okay, so now let's which doesn't need. It's not like a crazy amount either. Okay. Let's do a 5 right here. Nice. And I'll go do one more scrap option back here, so right, I might as well get my enforcer work in since she's happy to provide. Yeah, baby. Oh, did I get no components for that? Boo! L's in chat. L's in chat. All right, what's it looking like over here? Scrap ain't too expensive neither. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, let me go back up here. See if we can do one more. Still didn't get no scrap. Damn. Okay, fuck that. Then we're going to the freaking. We're just gonna work the greenway then. Gonna work the waste. That's crazy. Active scenes. Oh, right. I think the ship's blasting today. Is shit blast day? No. No? Oh, okay, they just need me to come up here. Boo. When you enter the bay, it is weirdly quiet. Maurice must be out on some errand, and maybe Bliss is prepping the kit. Yo. Sleeper. Ankita is drifting at one side of the bay. You missed her completely when you came in. The idea of not seeing Ankita when you entered a room would have seemed unlikely to you several cycles ago, but seeing her without her armor, she seems smaller, less imposing. Finally got rid of the armor? She ignores your remark. So what is this? She asks. Come to avenge Aston or his sleeper? Or just looking for another payout? Her anger is familiar, but quieter than before. Restrained. Oh, right, because I took her chits instead of dropping them. Bro, fuck you, okay? I'm literally like, I'm a sleeper. What did you expect out of me? Yeah, literally, don't start. Start what? You are the one following me up here. She looks away, and you can tell her anger isn't directed at you in particular. It radiates off her like fire. You better be ready to sign, comes a shout from the bay entrance, because I've got my best repair tech coming up here especially, and they're going to... Bliss glides in and suddenly stops herself when she sees you and Ankita standing off. Oh, Sleeper, you're already here. Miss Cassetta, this is the tech I was telling you about. Best on the... She stops, looking between the two of you. Wait, do you two know each other? You and Ankita look at each other. We work together. Bliss squints at you both before continuing. Bliss produces a slate. Now, Miss Cassetta, if you'd like to sign our damage waiver here, we can start on the decommissioning. He looks at you. My tech here is eager to get started, as am I. Ankita scrawls her signature across the slate. Thank you. Bliss pauses. Thank you. Oh, shit. And everything is okay with the special payment terms we discussed? She gives Ankita a strange smile. All fine, says Ankita, giving you another hard look. As she kicks off and drifts to the entrance. I'll be in the gimbal, she says, and leaves. Special payment terms? She looks over her glasses at you. Look, Sleeper, there's something I have to tell you. She glances around again. What is she so nervous about? This isn't exactly my typical job. Miss Cassetta, Ankita, she gives you a knowing look, doesn't have the chits to pay us, so we've made a special arrangement, she says. I'm leaving. Leaving? Keep it down. I haven't told Maurice yet. She looks down, just waiting to break it to him. Don't you tell him either. She stares hard at you. I'll tell him when I'm ready. I don't want him getting worried about Ankita's history. He can be very protective. I've noticed. Look, all I care is that she's headed for the starboard belt. She looks out for the bay. That's where I'm headed. She turns back to face you. Also, I wanted to ask, she stops unsure, if you'd like to come with us? I would. She interrupts before you answer. I know things have been hard for you on the eye, and you helped me so much. I asked Ankita if she carried two of us, and she said yes. Maurice will take over the bay anyway, although if you stay, you're welcome to help him run it. I just thought. She sighs. You might be in need of a fresh start as much as I am. She turns away nervously. Think about it anyway. The berth is there. Gotta finish the job first anyway. And with that, she kicks away and heads to the racks before you can offer an answer. Moments later, Maurice enters with a new cutting torch for the disarming of the ambergris. Starboard belt. You push your thoughts to the back of your mind. Time to get to work. Oh, okay, that was the one thing I had to do before I could sleep. Disarm the amber. Okay, so this one's gonna happen regardless. Gotcha. The eye, station at the edge. As you leave, you find a note pinned to the outside of your door. It reads, I see. Sleeper. There's something you need to see. Meet me at the quarter as soon as you can. Just keep heading around the ring until you hit the flotilla. I'll be waiting. Peek. You pocket the note and glance around the corridor. Looks like you're doing this. Time to make a plan. Let's do this. Gotta save those people, man. Let's get over to the thing. Okay. Cautious spacer. Sleeper. He catches your attention from the shadowy corner they were leaning against. Any trouble getting here? This place is huge. It certainly is. Havenage has been busy. Come take a look at this. They beckon you over to a nearby window, which looks across the ruined ring to the blinking red light of the Havenage cordon. Oh, God. Big yawn. Big stretch. The cordon's temporary structures, a net of metal struts meant to detect and dissuade any ships from entering or leaving the flotilla, jut out into the black. And all around, the tugs flit, securing them in place and tending to the red blinking drones to mark the quarantine. The impressive and worrying sight. What do you think? Peaks interrupt your thoughts. How would you get through? Create a distraction. Use one of the tugs. Use one of the tugs. As an escort, you mean? I doubt we could fit all the supplies on one of those tugs. But if it seems like the Briar was being officially escorted through the cordon, he squints at the red lights, but then we'd be stuck inside. He turns away from the window and rubs their forehead. Essie has really wrapped us up in something here, hasn't she? The question is spoken under their breath, and they don't seem to expect an answer. The silence grows. Maybe we try all three? Peak laughs. I like it. At least we should prepare as many as we can. The way I see it, there are three parts to making it through the cordon. They gesture out the window at the strange structure. Deception, distraction, and speed. We'll need all of them for a clean passage through. Deception means tricking the cordon security into thinking that we are meant to be there. Maybe a tug escort would work. Anything that makes the Briar look official. Distraction, meanwhile, will be all about diverting attention so that no one looks too hard at what the Briar is doing. If we can create a gap in the cordon's scanning and deterrence systems, that should keep them busy. Finally, speed, which means making sure the Briar is ready to roll. Perhaps we can do a little work on the ship to get her ready? Essie certainly wouldn't mind. They lean back from the window. How does that sound? Excellent. Pete grins. Don't get too excited. There's a lot to get sorted before we can make the run. Pete looks down at their slate. 10 cycles left. They glance out the window at the cordon nervously. 10 cycles to gather supplies and to prep this plan. It's tight. Very tight. Pete looks at you. If this goes wrong, Pete sighs. Just get out, okay? They squeeze your shoulder. I'll follow Essie anywhere, but you don't need to get dragged down with us. It won't come to that, of course, but just keep it in mind. Pete brightens up a little. Let's get to it, Pete stretches. I'll tell Essie about the improvements to the Briar and the rest. Let's explore the cordon as best we can and look for openings. You have no idea what guardian angel sent you to as a sleeper? He smiles, but I'm very glad they did. Okay, so this is the cordon spot where we'll be. Oh my god, there's so much work to be done. Okay, all right, hold on. Let's get it. Let's just focus. We got 10 days. The only one at a time is killing me for that one. All right, let's see if we can get I need one. Come on, baby. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. God damn it. All right, I'm gonna do it because I want to get at least one of those done. There we go. So we got one done. That's it. These components should be enough to cover most of the basic repairs the flotilla needs. You hope. All right. You look over at the pile of scrap components lying in the briar. You look around. The bay is empty. Eshy and peek either elsewhere on the station or on the bridge a couple of levels up. You begin sorting through the pile, separating out useful components and boxing them by use. You don't recognize everything you find, but before long, you get into a rhythm of sorting. As you do, your mind starts to drift, your attention being drawn into the dark corners of the bay. The briar is in surprisingly good condition, considering that Hawthorne XPR must have been operating it for decades by now. The marks of care are everywhere, from the delicate patch jobs polished to meld into the original finish, or the carefully bound wiring running through custom trunking. Eshy loves this ship, that much is clear. Something catches your eye in one of the dark corners, a matte black stack of crates you haven't spotted before. They're sleek and compact, tucked away behind some of the bigger, more worn containers. Investigate. Put the components away and go over to the sleek crates. Run your hands across your textured surface, but there's a little hint of what lies inside in the opaque metal casing. Then you see it, a yellow symbol, embossed onto the far side of the crate, a universal sigil used by spacers, corporations, and manufacturers alike. It's one you've seen throughout your time as a sleeper. It's being all too familiar. Explosive contents. You hear a hiss as she comes up through the bay lock. She barely registers your presence, nodding at you as she passes. Sleeper, she busies herself with some task at the back of the bay. I finished the job, don't even worry about it. With Eshy in the bay as well, the atmosphere shifts and you suddenly feel watched. You quickly finish up the sorting and slip out, waving goodbye to her back as you do. Not my business, dude. That's all her. All right. Got plenty of time to work with Bliss. Fuck, I forgot to use the stupid get a stabilizer. Damn it. If I can get this one done, I will feel so much more at peace. Oh, right, because I already did the other one. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Flotilla, that's what the one I was looking for. Make sure we got everything. What is that? Oh. What? How does it take time to grow, and each cycle more can be harvested from the stack. Patience is required. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Come on, baby. All right. That'll work. Now let's go get some food. Should just be a 2. And I still gotta, scan out the bay, man. It's been like, hey, we got 9 days left. Okay. Oh, I need to go get some, Oh, no, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I need to go get some medicine. All right, here we go. Yes? Let's do this then. I want to do this. Come on. Come on. Come on. What I'm talking about. Alright. Let me go over this way. How's about that? Boom. And there's still some more shit to be done on the ship, isn't there? Oh, no. No, thank God. Okay, cool. Alright, let's do a 6 over here. I see, so I can only harvest twice in a day. I'm understanding that. That makes sense. Or I guess 3 times in a day. Oh, I would, but I gotta get this thing going so bad. Alright, just a few more of those. Okay. I think this next day we'll get everything done, absolutely. Oh God. I've been stretching all day. Like, what? Alright, let's see what we can do here. Need one more good pull here. Yes, sir! You are leaning against the metal crates you just loaded with algae, packed and dried into bright green pucks. As she hops onto one beside you, flexing her aching back. Is this enough? As she squints at you, as if you just interrupted her train of thought. It's a look you have become familiar with. It doesn't matter either way. This is what we got. She sighs, rubbing the back of her neck. In these past few cycles, working the algae stack with Eshi, you've had little insight into her mind. She rarely seems happy to start a conversation, but is always eager to end one. Despite this, I feel like something has grown between you, something like silent trust. Kind of tends to seed itself into the fertile soil of hard but unnecessary work. Something I've been meaning to ask. As she raises her head cautiously. Why help the flotilla? As she pauses, her protective instinct fighting with the trust you've built, you can see her begin to shrug the question off, then she stops, rethinks, and sighs. What you need to understand, Sleeper, is that Erlen's Eye wasn't the only place where the Solheim collapse happened. Sure, Hawthorne, where we grew up, was an XPR installation, but that didn't screen it from Solheim going under. Actually, Solheim was the only reason XPR were ever here. She pauses, hesitant to get into the whole story, but wanting to offer something. She flinches, correcting herself. They are a service corp, you understand? They set up outposts to surrogate systems like this to offer refueling, logistics, and maintenance services to bigger companies with extraction contracts. Gestures to the eye around her. Like Solheim. When Solheim went bust, XPR lost their client. And Hawthorne, well, we lost everything. We became an outpost tasked with just holding on. Keep the refueling platforms running, they said. Keep the refueling platforms running, they said. Keep the outpost stable. Hold on to our claim. She rubs at her head, as if recalling all this was somehow physically painful. You know what it's like to spend your entire life in a place with no future? A place exists only to hold a legal claim to a piece of territory, to shore up breach of contract negotiation between two corporations. It's like living in a searches for a word, her eyes jumping back and forth. In a grave. She clenches her hands. So if you're looking for an answer to why questions, that's your answer. We, Peek and I, know what it's like to be forgotten, to be locked out. She stares hard at the side of the stack, the algae whirling against the glass in the beautiful patterns, and she doesn't look away. The silence extends, and you realize the conversation is over. as she seems angry, not at you, but with herself, for even voicing such ideas. After a while, you stand up and start to load the crates onto the powered cargo trolley that Eshi will return back to the Briar. As you do, you try to catch her eye, but she avoids it, soothing herself instead with the comforting simplicity of physical work. Let's go. All right, two more, guys, come on. Oh God, okay, I almost want to do it, but at the same time, I'm like, if I do it, I'm fucked. Let's go down here. Hell yeah. Alright, let's go back. I'm gonna use this last 6 over here. We're done. We're done. Done, I tell you. Oh. Alright, you find an outlet valve behind a web of sensors. Delicately, you begin filling a tank. That gives you a thumbs up. This is working. Alright, tucked into a service corridor deep below the reservoir. Eshi is double-checking the seals on the water tanks loaded onto the motorized trolley. Though you are far enough away from any thoroughfares not to worry about being overheard, you both still speak in hushed tones. How will you get these to the Briar? Eshi glances back at you. We'll try these up to the bay further along, and then we'll bring in the Briar for a quick and quiet collection. Speaking of quiet, she gives you a look and then looks pointedly back down the corridor towards the reservoir before hitting the ignition of the trolley to start it moving. You take the other side of the trolley and walk it up the wide service corridor with its flickering lights and Solheim detritus. You doubt it gets used by Havenage, at least that's the hope. You glance across at Eshi, her face a massive determination as she guides the trolley along. Maybe some conversation will make this journey go a little easier. How did you meet Pete? Eshi pauses, a little surprised by your question. She glances back down the tunnel, but its deserted pathway she can hardly keep up the pretense of silence. We grew up together. She answers quickly and turns back to the trolley, but she can tell you are expecting her to add more. She seems to gather herself for an answer, not wanting to ignore you, but trying instead to get her answer straight in her head. Our outpost, Hawthorne, is not an easy place to grow up. The administrators keep a tight hold on everything. She rolls her eyes, even though they're trapped in the same decaying installation as everyone else. Peak, she pauses. Peak found it harder than most. She pauses again, judging her words. I stepped in to help them out. Silence descends again, but you can feel the wheels turning in Eshi's mind as the creaking wheels of the trolley take you along the corridor. Peak isn't the most practical of people. They used to be, well, they needed someone to teach them to look after themselves, stand up for themselves. That was me. She smiles. After that, couldn't get rid of him. As she stopped talking, but you see her eyes have lit up, and you imagine she is recalling some moment or other from her past and her and Peak's past. You both reach a wide bulkhead doorway, and you have to stop to shimmy the trolley over the edge. When you are done, as she turns to you. I'm good from here. You can head back. And with that, she's gone, moving off to the dark tunnel ahead. You watch her go, and then turn around and walk the distance back to the staircase you entered, the tunnel humming around you as you do. As you walk, you try to piece together as she's passed. While you have her glimpses of a person she once was, she seems to prefer it that way. Go did, we did it, y'all, we did it, yay! Okay, let me see here. Okay, last one I believe is just the intel itself, right? Don't see any more supply portions here. I am going to go back up to the hub and use this last little 2 points that I can't use for nothing. Oh snap, they leave tomorrow. That made my stomach jump. What the fuck? That really made my stomach jump like, oh shit, I'm about to miss the trip. Like, what in the hell? I did not like that. That was not enjoyable. Would not recommend. It's happening, guys. It's happening. Today's the day. The tank is clean. Please get Lemon Mina on this ship. Please don't let nothing happen to Lemon Mina. Lemon Mina. Lemon Meter. Let you meet who? Oh, a little floating Mina is so cute. I hate that he has his bag like he's about to leave. There's a crowd, but you spot Lemon Mina immediately as you enter the dock. They anchored, like everyone else, along the viewing platform, watching the final stages of the Cyril's loading and preparation. Hey, Lem. He turns and searches nervously through the faces to see who called. And he spots you, and a weak smile passes across his face. You move up and join him on the platform. We decided to come and watch in the end. He nods at a sleepy-looking Mina, whose bright eyes are locked on the yellow hole of the side rail. I love how he's just like pinching her. He's just got like a little grip on her. Mina, Meanie wouldn't let me stay away. Sorry, Lem. Sorry I couldn't get you out of here, man. It didn't feel like the right way. Lem laughs weakly. What have you got to be sorry for, Sleeper? As far as I know, Sandry Celis doesn't answer to you. You three watch the ship for a while in the same hushed state as most of the crowd. All the anger seems to have faded out of those who didn't make the crew. Perhaps down the low end, the tambour is full of angry workers, drunkenly denouncing Celis. But up here, the atmosphere is reflective, somewhere between a funeral and a ritual. You seem to have a lot on your mind, friend. Lem puts a hand on your shoulder. Want to tell me what's been bothering you? I made a mistake, man. I tore up the tickets. Who here hasn't? He rubs his forehead. I guess that's why we're all here. He turns away from the ship to face you. Sometimes, mistakes just feel like mistakes because you haven't seen them through yet. When it all comes down to it, some of the least sensible things we ever do turn out to be the best ones. He reflexively strokes Mina's head. Lem puts Mina down beside him. She kicks off, glides to the viewing window, and presses her nose against it. You know, there have been plenty of cycles where I thought Mina would be better off without me. Who am I to decide her life for her? To drag her through? He gestures all around the eye. All this. When I see her smiling, I see her dealing with things, making fun out of nothing. It reminds me that she's one dragging me through. This is her world now, and who am I to decide it isn't good enough for her? You ever hear of the three-body problem? Nope. I've heard of it, I just can't remember it, so why don't you walk me through it, Lem? It's a physics thing. The idea is that once you have three bodies moving in space, affecting each other, the results cannot be predicted. It's chaos. Lem starts trying to demonstrate with his hands, wheeling them around each other as he speaks. That's how I see us. Me, Mina, and well, you now. We're all bodies in space, and we can't see how that's going to work out for us. But the important thing is, we're all affecting each other, right? It's not just one of us calling the shots, making the decisions, shaping the others. Each one is equal, pushes and pulls, and is pushed and pulled in turn. And maybe there are other bodies too, right? The Eye, Esther a few units down, other kids, other systems. Hell, the whole Helion solar system itself. Some of those bodies have been bigger forces, bigger effects, but none of them, not one, can totally dictate the movement of the others. So the whole thing keeps spinning and going, and in the middle of it is us three, and everything we do has an effect, a real effect, in the system, on each other. And if we move together, push together, hell, maybe the effect can grow. Maybe chaos can help us. He stops suddenly, noticing how rapid his speech has become. He drops his hands to his sides. Well, that's it, he laughs. I understand. Lem nods and turns back to watch Mina as the docking clamps release on the side rail horizon. A tremor goes through the watching crowd, but no one speaks. Mina, suddenly scared, kicks off from the windows and glides back into your arms. She settles there, the lack of gravity meaning you can't feel her weight, only the grip of her small hands on your clothes. Then the cyber leaves, a spectacle of a vast machine doing the job it was built to do, hypnotizing half the crowd into stunned silence. But despite the scale of the endeavor and your part in it, you can't feel proud or even impressed. What you see instead, as Mia clings on to you for comfort, is the same system Lem just described for you. In it, the sidereal and the Celis Foundation are as vast as the sun, around which millions of other bodies orbit. Their scale is terrifying, and the breadth of their influence impossible to conceive. Yet here in this small nested system of Lem and of Mina, of you, of the eye with its orbits and transits, and the people that are linked to it, those vast forces can be countered. They shift you, yes, and the people around you, but they do not negate the pull of friendship, the orbits of community. As the sidereal moves away from the dock, you think of the bodies on it, those thousands of cryo-sleepers that, like the person you once were, have given themselves over to that system. You imagine each of them has their reasons, their dreams, their fears, but you worry for them. You worry that they have shackled themselves to something so much bigger than themselves that it would crush them without a thought. The thought makes you bring Mina closer, holding her too. As you do, Lem puts an arm around you both, and you stand together like that for a while, until the bright spots of the sidereal horizon drives have faded into the dark, and it is time to go home. 3 body problems. Stay and be a family. Oh, God. I'm glad that they give you the option to experience multiple endings from different points, you know? So I'm not just like, oh, okay, this is the end. I have to go back and, you know, try it again. You know, like some games you have to like retry the whole story to experience it, when it's like, dude, I'm going to do all the same stories thrice over. Fuck! A strange choice. Castor stands beside you at the rail, watching the pinpricks of light from the sidereal horizon's drives disappear. But perhaps not unexpected. You turn to look, and Castor is beaming at you with an unsettling warmth. What do you want, man? Castor rolls his eyes. Please, sleeper. We know each other by now. I only wish for you to exercise that strong drive of yours. It happens to align with my own. Then that is pleasing. It happens to align with my own, then, that is pleasing to me, but it does not... What? But if it does not, I cannot punish you. There we go. Fuck, I was struggling over there. What about the sidereal? What about Celis? Castor looks out at the stars. Indeed. That doesn't matter, which worries me. Sandra Celis has taken a step back from the public eye. It seems some internal struggles are playing out within their pristine halls. But I doubt core politics are of much concern to you. Castor moves down along the rail. The eye, though, that seems to be your primary concern. Am I right? I have unfinished business. About you on the Breck. Don't we all? It is the nature of life to leave things unfinished. I have more projects than I can count. So many games still to play and things to learn. May your future cycles be as fruitful as my own. Castor turns and starts to clunk away in his mag boots. I will be keeping an eye on you, if you don't mind, sleeper. He waves as he walks. My curiosity remains piqued. Once he leaves, you stay a little longer at the rail, watching the stars. Thinking about all those people out on the sidereal horizon, drifting towards an unknown destination, unknown star, unknown planet, whatever it said. I'm sorry, I missed the last word. So, we've done it. I'm glad we got that finished, at least. We just gotta work, break the quarantine. Come on now. I think the only thing left is just spying on them over here. Oh, they gave me a good set, too. Hell yeah. Shit, dude. Perfect. You tap into the broadcast detailing the order of operations for new crews assigned to the quarter, and this is exactly what you need. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff over here. Cool. Crew canteen. Oh, so am I still having to do it? Or are we... Okay. Okay, great. I see now. Okay, we have all the materials. Now we need to get a plan in order. And that's what we're doing next. Okay, so we just went to the canteen. I almost want to become a regular. Tug escort. A crew willing to escort the rider through the quarantine will give the ship a better chance of passing the cordon without any trouble. Okay. Wait, do I have any points to... Why do I still only have 2 points? I feel like they're, like, shirking on me, low-key. Come on now. Hey, hello? There we go. Cordon operations. Carefully code a timed emergency maintenance program to take out some of the sensors on The cyclist she is playing to make her run. I'm gonna check out the Havenage hangar real quick. See what's going on there. So I guess one in each one until we get to that point, because that's the only way I can think to make this work. Looks like a powerful suite of ion thrusters for rapid maneuvering. If you can sneak in and slice some off, you'll have a significant upgrade for the Briar. Okay. You check out this spot one more time. See if I don't have any 2 spots. Boo. Convince a crew. I have more faith in convincing a crew over here. Let's give that a shot. Nice. Then let's go over here, do this one. Yes. Okay, let's just throw it over here. So I definitely should get this portion done before the end, I think. I don't think we are gonna take too much time there, so. A little food never hurt. Damn, I really have spent all this money. Immune, no. I want to do a single self-repair. Oh, shit. Nighty-night. Sleepy time. All right, let's get to it. That's actually a really good little set too. Okay. So we can at least get to a 5 on that one, so. Basically gonna clear this one out. Okay. Let's fucking go. Okay. What? Why'd I gain some suspicion? No! Why? It was a good roll. It was a fucking 6. Guess I was asking around a little too much. Good stuff, good stuff. I think we're gonna make it. We got like 6 days. We've had some pretty good rolls so far, so see if we can make this happen. One more self-repair. I'll have to go and work or something. Make me some bag. I got enough Yadigan data. I might be able to just use those, so. Oh, did I not eat? Oh, I forgot to eat. Oh well. What was that angle? Beak is waiting for you when you slip out of the operations center, nervously poking at their small slate. Sleeper, they hiss. I follow what you were doing on the network. Incredible work. How do you do that? It comes naturally. Beak smiles. I can't tell if that's modesty or just the truth. Interfacing skills like that, it's almost worth being... They stop themselves. Sorry, I didn't mean... Don't worry about it. Peak nods. Sorry. You and Pete quietly slip into the main walkway and walk your way back to the public areas of the cordon. Havenage has had to quickly respond to the flotilla's arrival, and that means a lot of contractors and spacers walking through these corridors. You blend in easily enough. I haven't really met a sleeper before, Peak begins. As you might have guessed. They smile nervously. Hawthorne is an XPR service outpost, and since the collapse, no one came for refueling or repairs anymore. So my generation has never met anyone outside the company. We heard about sleepers. They nod in your direction. From the data packets that come through the XPR every once in a while. They usually contain news about, along with the corporate propaganda. But the reports were light on the details. SNRP has kept the sleeper program pretty quiet anyway. And I think XPR are only interested in telling their employees about it because it made living in our company town look like a good life in comparison to being a piece of corporate property. They freeze. Sorry again. I didn't mean to. They look down. Just not sure how to talk about this stuff. Maybe don't talk about it? It's okay. He smiles. I'll shut up about it now. You walk on a little further, the walkway becoming busier. You both relax a little more and go with the flow of the people. I just want to say, I think I understand. They begin again, Clearly this has been on their mind. I understand the need to escape, to get free of it all. They laugh at themselves. The structures, the systems, the company horizons in a company town. They stare ahead. The small places, small corridors, small people. They look away. The slow death it brings. That's it. They turn to you. I get why you signed up to be a sleeper, and why you escaped from that too. I'm just gonna nod. You try to form words, but you can't. There's altogether too much running through your head. But you look at Peak, and they look at you, and they seem okay for now. You walk in silence, again, each of you in their own thoughts, but moving together through space nonetheless. After a while, you come to an entrance to the corridor, where handfuls of workers and crews filter in and out through two huge loading bay doors. Peak stops. Okay, they pause. I'm heading back to the Briar. Once again, incredible work on the sensors. That blind spot you created, that should give us a real advantage. See you soon. They head off, disappearing into the crowd almost immediately, outrunning their own nervousness. Hey, what do you gotta know about? Anybody got a crew that might want to tug us along? Give us a little tugging. Give us a little tug. Me and my boy Tug here, we're looking for a little tug escort. Anybody, if I can convince a crew to give us a little tug escort, you know what I'm saying? Oh, what the fuck? Hold on, something's caught in my hair. What? Dude, what the fuck? Hold on. Technical issues. There you go. Alright, something stuck in my hair, my bad. So we just give it a crew. How far are we along on this one? This is, we got 4 more for that one, so I think it's 8. We got 3 more for this one. Go over here. Oh, it's overall having its suspicion. I see now. Damn, good to know. No! I guess the danger implies that it could be worse. I don't know. It's interesting. Oh, please drop, please drop, please drop. Yes! Alright, go back over here. Alright, 2 more there, and damn, now 4 more here. Okay, let's do it. Let me go get some food from the good side of the street. You know what I'm saying? I will need to get... Damn, I can't buy any scrap components, so I'll need to go and buy some more other stuff. Oh, it only heals for 3? I could have sworn it was 4. Oh, well. Gotta go to the Yatagan dispensary. Need some of that good kirsch. That good kirsch. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody who takes ship mine fragments. I think it's the exchange. That, the Ort exchange, I believe. Drone. A rapid burst of movement catches your attention. A drone, its fins adjusting as it hovers in place, floats in the corridor. Hello? The drone shifts a little bit, but does not respond. The drone buzzes closer, and a voice gurgles out of the speaker, distorted and strange. Okay. Sleeper, come to the cordon. We need to speak. Who is this? The drone clicks and weirds and the recording starts playing again. Inspect the drone. You move closer and the drone bobs away to a safe distance, but as it does, you see the HA of an inhabitant emblazoned on its side. Could this be Fang's drone? Satisfied, it has delivered its message. The drone rotates and accelerates away as rapidly as it arrived. You stare at it as it disappears from sight, hoping for some insight that escapes you. Oh, wow, we've been on here 3 hours. To the cordon, then. Right, real quick. I believe it's over here. The Ort Fabricator. I can, nope, maybe not. Ort Exchange. I can... I could have sworn there was somewhere I could sell fragments. You know what? I think it's... Yeah, it's the Havenage office. Hopefully it's more than 10. Oh, okay, right. It's 30. You don't really need it for anything else anyway, so... To the cordon. I'm nervous. What if we get caught? Can I do this first? Okay, let's see, because maybe it's another mission. As you enter the passage that leads through the corridor, a flashing movement catches your eye. The drone. It stops to make sure you've seen it, and then flits into a side passage, leading to a set of narrow stairs. You climb through a dark shaft, the drone stopping at each landing to check you are following. Despite its lack of expression, there's something overbearing about the way the drone waits, impatiently realigning its fins in sequence. After a long climb, you climb out onto an observation platform. The cordon, and the vast, ramshackle refugee ships beyond fill your vision. The scale seems impossible, and immediately you feel small and naive for even thinking you could affect the situation. One of these ships nearby. The drone again? Havenage counselor. Helen? A woman is standing at the window, at the edge of your vision. You aren't surprised you didn't notice her. She seems too impossibly small in the shadow of the flotilla. The drone buzzes by her shoulder and she turns. Sleeper, sorry for all the cloak and dagger nonsense. She nods at the drone. But I've never regretted being cautious. She smiles a tight smile and holds out a hand. I'm Helen. I shake her hand. A tight smile holds, but the drone keeps a single eye fixed on you. The effect is a little unnerving. Look. She glances around the empty observation deck, as if checking for potential eavesdroppers. Let's be straight with each other. I know about your plans, and she cuts in before you can respond. I understand your motives. You look at her in her overalls, the yellow markers, the HA signal. You've been on the eye long enough to recognize an Havenage member when you've seen them. You're Havenage. Yes, I mean, I expect this is obvious. The tight smile again. I hope you wouldn't hold that against me. She glances around nervously and moves a little closer. This entire situation, I'm not here to defend it. She glances back at the flotilla. No one is happy about this. They released the flotilla! She sighs. How do you think this works? She pauses. Sleeper, tell me something. What does Havenage mean to you? Hardenhurst? She squints at you. That was unfortunate. But you should know it was one of our own who exposed Harden, and that has been dealt with. Havenage is used to being criticized. In some ways, we invite it. Our members are free to bring up grievances at any meeting to purpose new structures and approaches. She shifts her weight impatiently. As a counselor, it's my duty to listen to them. That is why I was elected by the members. We are an imperfect system, yes, and each counselor, each member, each representative can be flawed. And worse. She looks down. But we keep this place running. This is what we do. And the flotilla? She turns and looks at the clump of fractured ships. The flotilla is a problem. Can the Eye take in thousands of refugees safely? I don't know. This place is a ruin, Sleeper. What do you think the council discusses? The price of Gerol? We make plans to keep the place spinning, to keep life support working, to ensure... Helen Slate chirps and a grim look passes across her face as she sees a notification. She looks tired, the screen light casting her rigid expression in a pale glow. Sleeper, I didn't bring you here to explain how Havenage works. I came to talk about your plan to cross the cordon, breach the quarantine, and supply the flotilla. She looks directly at you. I almost want to play dumb. Play dumb. She smiles. Please, I don't have time for games. I know you think you're helping the flotilla, but you cannot do this. Right now, halfway along the ring, one of the countless series of debates are being held. These debates are to evaluate the potential harm that could be caused if the refugees of the flotilla are left to enter the station. These debates are at a standstill. Helen walks to the window. Too many in the Havenage Council think of the flotilla as a threat. After recent events, a hardline group has emerged. Protective, selfish, they seek only to benefit the members. In their mind, the flotilla is a danger to life on the Eye. If you are caught crossing the cordon and breaching the quarantine, it will only strengthen the hardline counselor's case. Criminals who stole a ship from the XPR undermining the security of the station? She shakes her head. It's exactly what they want. But the refugees need supplies, dude. They do, and that's exactly what I want to give them. But unless the quarantine is lifted through a fair process, they will never get them. She sighs deeply, and those ex-XPR spacers you're running with? Sleeper, do you know anything about them? More than I know about you. She looks at you pleadingly. Let's change that, Sleeper. Why do you think the refugee flotilla came here now? Something is happening in the system. Something is pushing people out of colonies and outposts that have survived since Solheim collapse. We need to be ready for whatever is coming, ready to protect the Eye. I know the Eye means something to you. I know there's a reason you are still here. Help me protect it. I'll fix you a strong look. Persuade those spacers that this is the wrong move, that they will get caught and the flotilla will be locked down. The Havenage will be delivered in those with the worst instincts. Into the hands of those with the worst instincts. Forget this suicidal supply run with people you barely know. Help me fight for the Eye. Why don't you stop them? If I expose a pin, it's the same as if it goes ahead and they are caught. Every way I look at it, the Eye looks compromised. The quarantine justified. The hardliners get their scapegoat. Don't offer up the excuse the hardliners need to lock the flotilla out altogether. To persuade the members they are the safest pair of hands. She looks at you imploringly. Please. You look back at her and the flotilla behind and sense a desperation in her plea. A notification breaks her silence. Shit. She rapidly scrolls through the pages of data. Sleeper, I need to go. She looks torn. Think about this, please. Talk to the spacers. Help them see reason. And she quickly leaves the observation deck before you have time to respond. You stay for a moment, watching the lights of the tugs in the flotilla, and wonder what it feels like to be one of those ships, so close to your destination, yet so far from it. When you think of Havenage Council Chamber across the Eye, where the right of those people to find safety. And then you think of the Havenage Council Chamber across the Eye, where the right of these people to find safety is being debated. Shiver, and then you too are gone. Back into the stairwell and the cold dark below. Man, so I guess we gotta have that talk, man. About everything. Oh man, we're so close too. So I'd try and convince them, but I don't know how to convince them. Yes. All right, one more for good luck. Oh! Pete grins as you pile the Island Thruster sets onto the motor edge trolley in a derelict loading bay. I borrowed this from Eshi. I barely know how it works. They seem giddy at the idea of stealing the ship parts from the Havenage. I thought you worked for XPR. I did, but not as a repair tech. They help you heave the thruster in position. My specialty was computer systems. I mostly worked on keeping the protocols that ran the refueling platforms from totally decaying due to lack of use. There's a load of platforms in orbit of the moon Hawthorne is on, and Cinder itself. Eshi and I ended up having to head out to them regularly to work on them. Sounds like hard work. Are you kidding? Peak smiles. That was the best job at Hawthorne. You get assigned a ship, you get to leave the colony for a bit. So much better than outpost maintenance or canteen work. The only reason we got assigned it was that Eshi's mother is the administrator of Hawthorne, and Eshi managed to get my name on the list too. Peak looks for the trolley's ignition. Eshi is always saving me. They find the switch and hit it, and the trolley starts whining. Peak looks at the thrusters. Eshi will install these. The Briar is her baby, really. Peak looks toward the bay exit. Truth be told, I was surprised she could bring herself to take it from her mother. Losing a ship, that has to have hurt the colony. How many ships does Hawthorne have? 4. Well, 3 now that the climbing briar is gone. Peak tucks their hair behind an ear. 1 barely runs, so I imagine they'll have to reduce the number of fuel platforms they can actively maintain. Peak frowns for a second and then shakes their head. Anyway, screw 'em. Peak shuffles the trolley out of the bay into the corridor. They'll manage without the briar. No choice, Peak smiles. And I have to admit, I'd love to have seen her face when she saw we had gone. Peak pauses. Don't tell Eshy that. They walk on quietly, lost in their memories of Hawthorne. Okay, I think I can manage the rest. Peak brushes their hair out of their face. You've done more than enough this cycle. Peak looks over the thrusters. Once these are fitted, the briar will handle better than ever. You might even get a thank you from Eshy. Peak laughs. They head off to the corridor, the trolley whining its high-pitched whine. See you soon. Oh, one more. Let's do it. Well, I mean, we got a few more things we got to do per se, but, you know. Let's see if we can get this 3 going. Hold up. Is it a double? No, it's not. I just lose money. Let's go! Alright. So I guess when we wake up, we'll have that conversation. I had no use for that too anyway, so... Sleeper. Peak is waiting for you when you leave, but they look different. Pale. Drawn out. You need to come up to the briar. Now. They don't meet your eye. What's happened? Not here. Come to the ship. We'll be waiting. Don't take long. With that, they disappear around the corner, leaving you anxious and confused. I almost want to just go finish that last one, just to be like, hey, I did it all, guys. You're oh, okay, they took it away. You're welcome. As you walk into the climbing briar's cavernous bay. Oh, fuck! Now filled with crates and containers, Eshy is waiting for you. In front of her, sliced open, with its inside scattered across the top of a heavy-duty crate, is an object you recognize. Helen's drone. You freeze. Come in, quick. Peak nudges you into the bay, looking behind you before sealing the entry. We have to start being careful. You move close to the container, your eyes on the drone splayed out in pieces, some parts of it hooked up to a slate that Peak picks up and begins tapping away at, as she looks up from the dissection. We caught it buzzing around nearby, heading for the ship. She leans over and taps the HA sigil on one of the removed pieces of plating. It's Havanage's spy. It's a Havanage spy. We think we got it before it sent data back, but we can't be sure. Peak looks at you nervously as she cuts in. Have you noticed anyone watching you? Any drones like this? Anyone following you up to the briar? I'm gonna be so real. I've seen this drone. As she frowns. Following you? I met its owner. As she pauses for a while, Peak looking between the two of you. Explain, Sleeper. Oh. Explain, Sleeper, as she says quietly. Tell them about Helen. You explain that you met with Helen at the corridor and you tell Eshy and Peak about what she told you. That the Havanage Council are debating lifting the quarantine, but they are blocked by the hardliners. You speak faster and faster before you can finish, Eshy walks away in anger and then comes back again, her eyes burning. What is this, Sleeper? Have you understood nothing from what we've told you? She paces in front of you. Havanage are not your friends. They're administrators, which means they're interested only in their own power, their own survival, their own causes. They divide people as easily as sorting livestock. The greater good of their work demands it. The wider project of the station, the colony, the nation. Her eyes are wide as she speaks, her anger barely contained. Bruh, I didn't have a choice, but she wants to help. As she laughs. Help what, Sleeper? Undo the mess of her own creation? She only wishes to placate you, so you'll compromise. So you'll do what is acceptable, not what is right. She's just a counselor, dog. Let me tell you something, Sleeper, as she says, her rage hardening into pain. When people become administrators, they give up something. Some part of being human, being equal among others, goes away. They start talking about the greater good, the systems, the way in which their hands are tied, or their processes compromised. My mother was the administrator of Hawthorne, and I've seen what it did to her. That noble high calling, it is toxic. People should never have the chance to decide with the fate of others. And those that do so at the cost of their humanity. Peak tries to cut in, but as she holds up a hand. Don't start, Peak. Don't ask me to be reasonable or calm down. Thousands of people are desperate out there. Being reasonable will only prolong their suffering. Helen can help. As she turns away. I'm done with this. You're risking this entire supply run just by being here. She walks back into the bay and starts checking the straps in the crates. I go next cycle. We don't need you anymore. Get out. Sleeper. Peak looks torn. You have to understand. This is personal for Eshy. Helen warned me. Peak tenses. Warned you what, Sleeper? Getting caught will be bad. You don't think we know that? Peak looks tired. You glance around the Bay of the Briar. The wall is seen closer every second. This whole thing is closing in on you. And the question is, where do you want to be when it collapses? You look at Peak. And what do you think, Sleeper? Peak rubs their forehead. Should we do this thing or not? I really don't know, man, because it's like, because if they don't, then they still say no, then they definitely don't get it. Then they don't get it either way. But again, it's like one side or the other. I don't know. Peak nods. Me neither. They look at Eshy. But you see her? She knows. And she saved my life. So I'm going to say we do it. They squeeze your shoulder. Onward. They slip away to help Eshy, leaving you alone to replay the conversation in your head. A certain kind of grim determination settling in the room. Last chance to prepare. Man, at the very least, I'll get it done. I don't know if I'm actually going to go with them, though. Because, like, that's just, man, we're at the end. We're at the end of the rope. It's really it, man. Like, we can't do anything else, you know? Prepare for the run. Knows a crew set apart from the others. Apparently, they have been discussing smuggling supplies through the cordon themselves. You meet Peak leaning in a corner of the canteen in their typically unassuming way. It occurs to you as you approach that Peak must have had some practice staying invisible. All good? They look up from their slate. That crew you were talking to. They nod to the group leaving the canteen. Will they join us? They'll do it. Nicely done. Peak beckons for you to follow as they peel off the wall and head out into the walkway overlooking the cordon. Glad you were here to talk them into it. I never have much of a way with people. Peak smiles and looks away quickly as you walk. You and Esh seem to be doing okay. Peak laughs, their light and easy laugh. Eshy is not really like other people, which you probably noticed. If only everyone was like Eshy. They fade off, something drawing their attention. What I mean is, people have caused me a lot of trouble. I've had people hate me without knowing a thing about me. They tuck their hair behind their ear. I'm sure you know the feeling. I do. He glances at you. Sorry to hear that. It marks you, am I right? I try not to think about it. Don't let me make it any harder. Peak leads you around a corner, heading back to the main cordon accessway. I appreciate you coming in and helping us out on this, Sleeper. I'm talking to the crew and, well, you know. Maybe after this insane plot is done, we can talk properly. They keep looking ahead, and you realize they're nervous. I'd like that. Peak smiles, looking down at the floor. That's settled then, they say to the floor. I better report the news to Eshy. We have ourselves a tug escort. Peak stops at an intersection. See you soon, Sleeper, and please, take care. And with that, they drift away, their head down, their gait changing as they do, their practicing invisibility shrouding them like a cape. That's it, dude. We done it. That's done. That one's done. That one's done. And I guess at this point, we just kind of wait for the run. Oh? Nice. But we got it. Yeah, so we're going to wait for the run there. I guess I'll just go back and help out Bliss a little bit more. I guess I could go do some more of these. Let me see what's going on with Bliss up here. Ambergris. Nice. I almost feel like the 3 should be okay, but go over here. I just realized I don't get paid for any of this work either. Ramshackle, residential district, the low end. As you say your goodbyes to the other enforcers and walk back through the low end, a chirping catches your attention. In a quiet corridor, away from the main thoroughfares, someone has stuck a small recorder to a wall with suit sealant tape. Written across the fluorescent tape is one word: sleeper. Peel it away from the wall, and as you do, it triggers some kind of improved trip switch. Ah, sleeper! Sabine's voice crackles through. I've seen you with the Yatigan members. Are they holding you captive now too? A high whine. I'm sorry if I have dragged you into this. Do not trust them. Something is happening within the gang. Some kind of power struggle. You cover the speaker a little, their voice too loud in the quiet corridor. I will come soon. Thanks to your efforts, I have located most of their properties. At the right time. A pause. I will see you soon. Don't give up. Remember our deal. The recording cuts out. You stare at the recorder, processing what you have just heard. Hearing Sabine's voice again opens up something inside of you. And that's an ARP employee. Do they know that I know? You struggle with a mix of concern and distrust. You throw the recorder into a nearby waste chute as you leave the corridor, still unsure who to trust, and head quietly out of the low end. Okay. I guess we're getting close to some sort of revelation with him there, I guess. I have Yatigan data still to sell. I'm gonna sell him that too real quick. Nice. Go see Emphas for a nice little meal. Deciding whether I want to use one over here. I'm just going to go back up and help her with finishing up this ship. Yeah, let's go back up to the ship. I think that's probably going to be the best option there. Come on, baby. Hell yeah. Almost there. I guess I go slept up there. Fuck it. So I'm at least close. I have awoken. I gotta go check on her because I know she said she's leaving today. Take the ferry. Is she leaving yet? She says she's leaving tomorrow, but I know she's not. Right, got one more cycle there, so she's tripping. I'm ready. I think I'm going to go with them, honestly. I think, you know, I understand, but, you know, we got to help them now. Those refugees are dying out there while y'all are fighting to make decisions. Oh, what we do? We can go back to Mina? Oh, I could just hang out with Mina. Let Mina like you when you visit and always make you feel welcome in their little unit, even if Lem's cooking is a little suspect. Heard that. Tell you what, man, let's just do a little two for there. I want to spend a little time with them, you know? That's nice. I'm glad that we get to kick it with them a little bit. That's just like very wholesome. So it's really just them and her. I'm probably not gonna leave with her because I'm gonna help these refugees. But I am gonna finish this up with her real quick. Amber looks better than she ever has before. Bliss has done an incredible job of cleaning up the hull, and despite the exterior changes being limited, she has the impression of being lighter, somehow sleeker than before. Reese drifts by. He has been loading up the final equipment onto Amber. It turns out Ankita will be taking her weapons, but packed and ready to sell at the first starboard belt port she hits. But now that Moritz is done, he seems in a kind of daze, floating back and forth aimlessly. You okay, Moritz? What's that? He turns. Ah, right. Yeah. Packed and stacked. He smiles a weak smile. So Miss Cassetta would let me keep a warhead. What do you think of her? Miss Cassetta? He shrugs. She seems tired. And old. Like, older than she looks. Hey, Sleeper. He looks down. But what? Oh, damn. Hey, Sleeper. He looks down. Did you know Bliss was leaving? You understand now. She told him. That's why he's like this. She told me not to tell him. She's leaving? I'm gonna pretend like I didn't know, because I feel like he's gonna like try and get me in on it. She's leaving? Uh-huh. He gives you a look. You didn't know? She said this place is mine. He looks up around the bay like it's suddenly some vast space he doesn't know what to do with. You'll do a great job. He looks down at you. Hey, thanks. He smiles. I appreciate you saying that. Not many people believe in me before now. First Bliss, then you. A dark look suddenly crosses his face. Hey, Sleeper. There was something Bliss said. He meets your eye. Are you going too? Before you can answer, Akita glides into the bay, a massive crate on her shoulder. Sleeper? Sleeper, you coming or what? Bliss is already on board. She stops by the terminal, holding herself in plates. Moritz looks at her with a dazed expression. Look at Ankita. She's keeping it together now. She's packed all those bad feelings down someplace where you'll never see them and built a tough foundation on top. She may not be a mercenary anymore, but you imagine most people would think twice before trying to cross her. Well, she looks at you. I'm not eager to spend another moment of my time on this station unless I have to. She pauses, looking between you and Moritz. She sighs. I'll give you a minute. And she kicks off with the crate, taking it to the end of the bay, where the Amber sits docked. You look back at Moritz. I'm staying. Moritz looks like he might pass out. Sleeper, are you sure? Are you doing this for me? I'm staying for me. But also the bay needs me. He laughs. Couldn't leave me alone with the place in the end, huh? He laughs again. Akita comes back across the bay, the final crate stowed. You staying then, Sleeper? That's right. She nods. Well, okay then. One less mouth to feed. She pauses. Look, Sleeper. I'm not going to go back over everything that happened, she sighs. I'm trying to put that behind me. But I'll be fine what you're looking for here. She smiles and kicks off, gliding to the ambergris, and the steward belt beyond. You both watch in silence as Amber's drive fires up. I guess this is our place now, says Moritz, the weight of everything suddenly hitting him. Your place. He smiles. Okay. I'll need some help from time to time. You both stay for a while to watch Amber and Bliss. Oh, wait. Amber and Bliss and Ankita leave. That's such a weird way of putting that. And then Moritz goes to the racks to finally implement a new organizational system, and you head out, promising to be back to check on things soon. As you glide around the soft curve of the hub, you catch a glimpse of the distant stars flickering through the windows. They're beautiful, it's true. By now, you think of them as a distraction. In your time on the eye, you've realized there's nothing out there waiting for you. No fresh starts and no bright futures. There's a whole load of problems you haven't found yet. No, your place is here, among the people you know and the problems you know. You wish Ankita and Bliss the best of luck out in the belt. But as you do, you focus on the eye on the vast spinning rim that rotates around its hub, on its buildings and flashing lights, on its people and places. This is your home. For now, it contains all the future you need. The fixed stars. Everything can be repaired with enough time and effort. Man, we're just racking through this game. This game is actually really fun, just like to kind of just grind through. You know, this feels like a completionist like paradise right now. All right, we got one more objective here, and it happens in a day. Let's see what we got to do. Watch Moritz actually have his own like situation going on too. Yep. Next round is yours. Moritz arrives at the table with a couple of steel drink canisters, typical of the hub's only bar, the Gimbal Lounge. He settles into the webbing beside the table and clunks them down onto the magnetic table. This place, you have decided, is ridiculous. A rapidly spinning cavernous sphere, the gimbal's weak gravity, just like the gravity at the eye's rim, is created by its gut-wrenching rotation. The interior surface of the sphere is the gimbal's floor, which descends towards the equator, where one long bar loops around the entire circumference. Tumbling out from the central ring are an array of booths and seating arrangements equipped with all kinds of harnesses and webbing to keep customers in place. Those harnesses are there because the gimbal doesn't quite spin up fast enough, and you watch as the clientele bounce toward the bar in lazy arcs, or shift from table to table with graceful leaps. "What are you thinking?" asked Maurice, noticing you staring at the gimbal. "How weird this place is, man." Maurice glances around, as if for the first time. "Yeah, Blitz never liked coming here." Maurice takes a drink and stretches. "So, Sleeper, you sticking around?" "If you'll have me." Maurice nods. "Of course. I'm gonna need some help in the bay." Maurice rubs the back of his head. "One cycle at a time, that's how we'll take it. Nice and easy." You aren't sure if he's talking to himself or you. "So, let's start already." Maurice laughs. All right. He lifts his drink for a toast. "To the next cycle," he pronounces, and knocks it back. Later, when you finally leave the gimbal, Maurice is still laughing. You help him out of the spinning gimbal and back to the hub, sending him on his way home to the bay. Then you pause for a moment to watch the stars as they spin and spin around the eye. You smile to yourself and think of Bliss and Ankita out there somewhere among those points of light. To the next cycle. Ow, what the fuck? All right, man. Bliss's Bay. Should be Mauriz's Bay now. Okay, and I guess we can just make a little bit of bag here and there. A little bit of monies. All right. Let's see here. Of course, there's working for Arabia, but I'm not too concerned about beating that one just yet. Okay, well, I mean, we got one more day, so might as well go over there and beat that shit right now. One beautiful point at a time, guys. One beautiful point at a time. Oh! Did that. Now let me go home and I'm do a little repairing. Might just do one, so I'm at least capped up, you know? Today's the day. Sun is shining. Oh my god. No. She's gone, Sleeper. Peak is breathless and shaking. She started the run without us. Shit. Literally just straight to shit. Let's go. If we can head to the corridor now, Peak starts back up the corridor. They turn back. She has to make it, Sleeper. She has to. A shiver runs down your spine. Eshi, I hope you know what you're doing. Oh, God. I'm glad I told her. Hopefully we can stop her. Evidence quarantine. Okay, hold on. Let me hit my vape. I'm stressing out. I'm fucking tweaking over here right now. You arrive frantic and anxious at the cordon. Peak is nowhere to be seen. Then you hear footsteps hammering onto the metal stairway Helen's drones led you through before, the one that leads up to the observation deck. You leap up the stairs two at a time and make it to the top, momentarily blinded by the light pouring into the observation deck. Sleeper, Peek emerges from the light. I know she's trying to protect me, but... I mean, she chose, man, and I hate to be that guy to be like she chose, but she made that choice. Like, we had an option. But what about my choice, Sleeper? I'm not a child anymore. I can fight for myself. They turn away. There she is. Peek rushes to the wide window, leaning forward to catch a glimpse of the climbing briar's blue XBR livery against the black of the void. You spot the climbing briar, a glint of blue and white, and beside it, the red glare of a tug's lights. The tug crew went with her. Peek smiles. I knew they'd keep their word. That'll help. Peek doesn't seem to hear you, but the idea of the crew backing Eshi up makes you smile. Maybe this thing will work. You watch as the briar and its tug escort arc down towards the edge of the cordon, demarcated by the red lights of the perimeter system. So far, so good. The briar will just look like another refugee ship being escorted into the cordon, at least at a glance. Pete grips the rail as Eshi reaches the edge of the cordon, that invisible net of sensors splayed between ships and drones. Now let's hope the blind spot triggered. You think back to the mess of systems you had to wade through to set it up, the delicate contingencies you set up to trigger the sensor blackout at just the right moment. Without noise, without ceremony, the briar slides to the cordon. You await the flickering of alarm lights, the swarming of drones, but nothing. Just another cycle, just another ship. Eshi is in. I wish you could see it happening, you know what I mean? Just see the little blue. That'd be so cool. Both you and Peek let out a breath you've been holding and laugh. How did she do it? Peek smiles, shaking their head. We did it. Peek smiles wider. Yes, we did. They laugh. You feel a little shaky from the tension, but Peek's ease helps you settle. You imagine Eshi steely-eyed in the pilot seat of the briar, searching for a place to dock. Maybe being stubborn has its advantages. What now? Now she finds a place to dock and unload, as quietly as possible. They look out at the flotilla, and then she gets the hell out of there. You and Peek turn back to the window, looking for the briar again amongst all those holes, the calm fading as new worries settle in. You spot the briar first this time, docking with the largest of the flotilla ships, a vast converted tanker. Half of its protective plates removed. You think about the effort it must have taken to get that thing all the way here from the inner system. Imagine it's that big tanker thing right there. You watch the briar, unable to get any sense of progress from its placid exterior. They'll be offloading everything now, Peek says, both assuring you and themselves that everything is going to plan. You think of all the supplies loaded into the briar and how long the process of unloading them might take. The bay was packed, rammed with everything you could offer, and the thought of bringing all of that to the flotilla makes you smile. You think of the reaction of the refugees, of the welcome they'll give Eshi as the bearer of such gifts. You even imagine a smile from Eshi as she's showered with thanks. You focus on that as you watch the briar and continue the nervous wait for it to finish unloading. It's breaking off. Peek points at the briar, and you see the puff of air and dust that accompanies an emergency depressurization. As she must have ended things early, but why? Then you see them, the tugs closing in on briar. Havenage must have spied the ship. You and Peek are up against the window again, willing the briar to a safe path out of the flotilla. Suddenly, the briar shifts in space. A blue blur between two holes. Peek whistles. Look at that. They smile at you. Looks like those upgrades we put together work. He watches as she cuts through the crowded flotilla, the tugs not daring to follow her dangerous path and peeling away. Is it hard to keep track of the briar? And suddenly both you and Peek are searching the black for a sign. Where has she gone? And all of a sudden, she's out. The blue against the black, pulling away from the cordon on a wide arc, back towards the station. A clean run. Peek cheers and smiles at you. We did it! She's out! They beam uncontrollably at you, the tension released. You find yourself smiling too, smiling at these two beautiful idiots and their beautiful ship. Then Peek is hugging you, squeezing you with all the nervous energy that had been in the building. Thank you, Sleeper. We did this together. They step back smiling. We did something. Come on. They rush out of the observation deck. Let's meet her. Something in my soul tells me this is not going to be what we want it to be, but we're going to see. All right, you and Peek rush into the briar, finding yourselves in the now empty bay. The change is a reminder of what you achieved, and looking around, you feel all the more satisfied. A hiss sounds at the far end of the bay as she enters, looking exhausted. Peak enters. Oh, wait. Peak runs to embrace her, but she sits down at the bay floor before they reach her. You did it, they sit beside her. Eshy, you were incredible. She smiles, a small smile at this, laying her head on Peak's shoulder. You suddenly feel like you are intruding, seeing the two of them like this, quiet and content. Sleeper, Peak calls. Come on over. You cross the bay and sit beside them on the hard metal floor. Eshy, Peak asked, did you give the flotilla our shares? They both burst out laughing at the ridiculousness of it all, at the exhaustion and the worry and everything else. You laugh too. It's impossible not to. And after a while, you all come to a stop, Peak wiping their eyes and Eshy shaking her head. Hold on, need a water break. You would have loved to see it, Sleeper, as she says quietly. The welcome I got. They came to greet the ship once I docked, to offload the supplies. I told them I was coming, of course, as soon as I got inside the quarter, but there were so many. Children, families, they were smiling at me, shaking my hand. Soul was there too, Peak, and he's just as gruff as he sounds over comms. They took it all, crate after crate, until the ship was emptied out, as she looks away. But there were so many. And even with everything we managed to bring, they needed more. They made me promise I would try to come back. Eshy, Peak shakes her head. You know we can't do that twice. As she stands up. What are we supposed to do? Wait for them to lift the quarantine? She's angry again, that familiar tension rising in her voice. Peak tries to pull her back down. Sit, Eshy, rest. You've done enough for today. Don't, Peak. I know my limits. Eshy hardens. Okay. Well, seeing as they didn't catch you, perhaps they will lift it. They know the flotilla path poses no danger now, and if they can account for an extra load of the life support, as she walks away toward the ladder and leads up into the upper part of the ship. I need to rest, Peak. She holds her upper hand. Sleeper. Then she limps up the ladder, step by painful step. I'm afraid if you were expecting a change in Eshy's demeanor. Peak smiles at you. It's okay, let her rest. Peak nods. I think I need some rest too. They put a hand on your shoulder and get up from the floor. We couldn't have done this without you, Sleeper. And I know those in the flotilla would thank you. Thank you. Peak limps up to the ladder too, leaving you alone on the metal floor of the bay. Your thoughts drift to all of the people on the flotilla, sleeping and sitting on metal floors like this. Children, families, playing in cargo bays and repurposed fuel tanks. You know their story isn't over yet, and you look forward to meeting them. The quarantine will lift. Feel more sure of this fact every moment, even though you aren't sure why. You lie back on the metal and stare at the ceiling. What was it Fang told you, Erlen said? The eye opens for us all? Maybe the old guy was right. A home for the lost. You like the idea of that. Maybe in time, you can help make that a reality. If something is bothering you. Sliver of a thought like a splinter you can't extract. Why are thousands of refugees coming here now? People don't abandon their homes for nothing. What wave is rushing through the system, and when will it reach the eye? You shudder on the cold metal floor and get up. Something is coming. You can feel it. This isn't over. Hey, we did it though. So I guess we probably have to do like a little sleep. Oh, the quarantine. Gotcha. The Gathering Storm. What's done is done. Now all you have to do is wait to see what happens next. 3 days. Oh, okay, gotcha. And this is going to lead us into the refugee storyline. All right, let's go back over here and do a little bit more for our friend here as well. Do a 4. %, positive. Nice. All right. This is the last thing I'm doing, and then we're probably going to leave the rest for next episode. So we'll see. Oh. All right, let's see what she got for me, or what Sabine possibly has for me. This time, you meet inside Arabia's office. Although now that you've seen it, office seems like the wrong term. You find her stood in an almost bare, shadowy unit, midway through a sequence of stretches. There are 2 low stools and a terminal in the corner. It seems that most of the space is taken up by a heavy punching bag, rubber matting, and a stack of weights. When Arabia turns to greet you, you realize she is missing an arm. Holy shit, what? Prosthetic she usually wears is set in a cradle near the terminal, a web of colored wires running through it. Oh, that's actually pretty sweet, too. It's actually a really sick arm. All right, let me continue on. Updates, she says, noticing you looking where her artificial arm usually is. Nothing to worry yourself with. Of course. Sit, says Rabia, gesturing to the 2 diminutive stools. I'd never use that word. I see it a lot, though. You both settle on the stools, Rabia crossing her legs on top and staying straight-backed. Gia told me you've been doing the rounds, collecting tithes, patrolling the ward. She smiles. Some of the enforcers are impressed, and I hear you handled a few difficult circumstances. Nicely done. I wanted to see for myself. She raises an eyebrow. See what for yourself? If the stories are true. I see. Rabia flexes her neck side to side. And the conclusion. Still deciding. Well, Sleeper, Rabia says teasingly, please keep us updated on any progress. She smiles a thin smile. Joking aside, I know that for you, life on the eye has been a struggle. But I hope we can do something about that from here onwards. Though some of our members may not see this way, I know you too are a refugee. He looks at you solemnly. This is why you have come to us. Enough, Rabia! Sabine's voice cuts through the conversation. I am tired of listening to your affected nobility. They cross the room, Rabia's baton in their hand, the end lit with sparking electricity. Oh shit, we about to get a fucking fist fight, dude. Rabia looks between the 2 of you. I suppose this ambush was another cooperation between you 2? She looks strangely unfazed. I'm gonna stay silent because I wasn't planning it, but he definitely brought it about. Sabine pauses, thrown off by your silence. Rabia takes this opportunity to act. She leaps from the stool and, fainting past Sabine, grabs the baton and twists it inwards. She's by far the stronger and pushes Sabine to their knees, plunging the crackling end of the baton towards their chest. They freeze there, Sabine struggling to keep the crackling baton from their skin. Stop! Then you support them, Rabia asks you. Her eyes not leaving Sabine. Your loyalties are so easily swayed. I thought you were more than Yannick's attack dog, Rabia. Sabine spits back. Are you not able to think for yourself? Rabia holds the baton strong, and for a moment you think she is about to hammer it down into Sabine's chest. But after a painful wait, she throws Sabine down instead and spins the baton in her hand, thumbing a switch and shutting it off in a single move. Rabia, explain. They both look at you, each still catching their breath, as if they have forgotten about your presence. Explain what? How the moment I call my enforcers will come down here and take them away? Rabia cracks her neck. You are lucky I didn't kill you. I would have every right, she shouts, the anger or release of tension more than a threat. Sabine lifts themselves a little, bruised from the fall. They roll onto their side and cough. Rabia gives them some space, sitting back on their stool. Sabine props themselves up on their elbows and fixes Rabia's with a stare. You have something to say, Rabia taunts? Say it. This is your final opportunity. Because after this, she laughs, no coming back. What's the point? Sabine breathes heavily. She refuses to listen to criticism of the great Yatagan project. Rabia collects herself. Speak. She folds her arms and waits to be convinced. Sabine takes a breath, organizing their thoughts. They go to start, pause, then decide on another approach. Eventually they say it. Yannick is a traitor. Rabia immediately flinches, her eyes going to her prosthetic arm, her muscles clenching. But she rides it out, more eager to prove Sabine wrong than she is to hurt them. At least for now. When I came here from SNOP, they glance at you, gauging your reaction. It was Yannick who was the one to first support me, to look after me. I should have known then, but I was naive and afraid. Sabine turns to you. Sleeper. They take a breath. I know that I should have told you I worked for SNOP long ago, but I thought you would abandon me. And you are my final friend. What you should know is that I left SNOP because I was running for my life. I leaked documents on the Sleeper program, on the illegal and immoral practices it relied on, to the press. SNOP wanted me dead, and I fled as far as I could, to this refuge at the edge of the surrogate systems. Sabine stops to collect themselves. What does this have to do with Yannick? Rabia interrupts. The Sleeper knows you are SNRP. I told them. And while you hide beneath the cover of being a whistleblower, you and I both know you worked on the Sleeper program. Yannick told me as much. Sabine's face falls. It is true. They glance at you, and then away, ashamed. They lift their head. But it is Yannick, not me, who is in the pocket of SNRP. Rabia flinches again. I can prove it. He made some kind of deal to keep me here, to tie me up in debt, to lock me away. In exchange... Rabia slams her hand on the desk. Just tell us, for God's sake. In exchange for those, Sabian finishes, nodding towards Rabia's prosthetic arm in its cradle. Ooh, what? He has been using Yadigan and forces, using you as test subjects for SNOP technology. I have the data to prove it. He's been bringing them in under the guise of stolen shipments and having me fit them, knowing each one is capturing data and sending it back to its makers. Rabia's fixed expression has started to fade. Sabine produces a slate. It's all here. Thousands of hours of usage data, failure rates, error dumps. These are untested implants, Rabia. They could short out, fail, cause cascading failures across a person's body. And they have. Sabine suddenly looks incredibly tired. I thought the error rate in the units was down to them being stolen or modified. I've tried to fix hundreds of failures in my time here. Not all of them. They stop, unable to continue. Rabia closes her eyes and breathes in. Then she opens them again. She holds out a hand to Sabine. Show me, she says. Later, much later, when you leave, Sabine is still taking Rabia through the manifest and usage data. Both of them crowd around terminals as Sabine leads Rabia through each layer of Yannick's portrayal. As you leave, Sabine catches your eye, and something passes between you. Something like a thank you, or a sorry, or some other expression that communicates both sadness and hope. Yo! Good to know that it's become like a team effort now, so we're all kind of working together. It's not just like, hey, you know, here's SNR versus... Rabia and Sabine have been holed up in their office for a while now. Where are they planning? Great. Give them a couple days. There's nothing up there. Guys, we're about done. I've done all the active drives so far. Oh, I can do 2 of these. Okay, let's do 2. Assessive Haggler. All cryo actions are discounted by 20%. Oh, wait, no, I'm just getting +2s. What? I thought I had 4. Oh, it's 3. It's 3. It's 3. That's my bad. All right. That is it, guys. I think we are done for the evening, or for the day, whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. You know, if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? You should do something better with your life. And you know, hope you guys have a great rest of your night or your day or whatever. I'm just gonna self-repair real quick. We'll go down here. We'll end cycle. See if anything else pops up before the day starts anew. All right. That's it, guys. All right. I'll see you in the next one.